Hello? Hello? Oh, I have this mic on. God damn it, the one inside. Hold on. Hello? Okay, there we go. You know, it never fucking works, does it? You'd really think, like, after doing this for so many years, I'd get this shit to just work, but... that'd be asking a lot. Okay, anyways. Hi, hello. Okay, try that again. Alright. We are back outdoors. We are back for yet another year of balcony cooking. It's something of a tradition at this point, you might say. In that, we've done balcony streams for the past couple of years during the height of winter. I wouldn't really say it's the height of winter anymore. It's definitely probably the end of winter, or if anything, maybe the very beginning of spring. But it's still cold outside, so we're still going to suffer a little bit. We're still going to freeze our balls off, but that's okay. We're going to do it for a good cause, for an entertaining cause, for a tasty cause. I hope. The Great Outdoors, aka the balcony, yeah, aka like the greatest campground in existence, right? We used this campground back a couple of years ago for the camping stream out here, and cooked out here a couple of times, and we're going to do it again, because it's something of a tradition at this point, and I did want to do it, honestly, earlier in the year, but January was just way too cold, and then February, just life got in the way, and just there was things I had to do, and speed runs to prepare for, and blah, 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 but it's early March, it's still cold, it's still close enough, and it's a beautiful day outside. It's not particularly warm. The weather thing at the bottom should show you that. It's in the mid-30s right now. It's supposed to get down to right around freezing as the sun sets, so that's gonna suck. But the good news is, with a little bit of adult beverage action as well as some cooking, hopefully that should keep us relatively warm. What's up, Not Voxkiss coming in hot with the Prime sub now for 49 months. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Your sub will go directly to the Hot Pockets, Doritos, and Joel Fund. Hey, bud. He's just spinning there. Got Joelle back there, too, of course. They're doing their thing. And, they're both prepared for a nice, wholesome cooking stream. Oh, shit. So, anyways, before we get to literally any of that cooking stream stuff, let's talk about what I guess the theme of today is. I kind of hinted throughout this over the course of the week if you were watching streams, which, number one, if you didn't, how dare you, and number two, I said it was going to be kind of UK influenced, so we're going to take some inspiration from all sorts of UK stuff tonight. Like, for example, the music you're hearing right now is kind of Irish. We're going to just assume it's Northern Irish, so that way it's, you know, UK themed, whatever. But we're going to have an Irish music accompaniment with some, I guess, like what you'd call a traditional UK inspired dish. If you do exclamation point recipe, there's already a spoiler. But before literally anything else, of course, as any UK citizen would know, you gotta have your beer, right? You gotta have your alcoholic beverages. So naturally, we got a big ol' growler right there of delicious beer. This growler's filled with beer actually from my favorite comfy brewery that I always talk about that I go to. Went there last Thursday just to chill there. And while I was there, I also got myself a full growler of Scottish ale. Yes, that's right. So it's not technically from Scotland, it was brewed here in Indiana, but it's like the style of beer is Scottish ale. So we're gonna be sipping on some Scottish ale tonight. And maybe even other things later tonight, who knows? But we're gonna start off with Scottish ale tonight since Scotland's in the UK, right? Begrudgingly, that counts. I got a glass around here somewhere. There you are. Hello. So, I swear I cleaned this glass before we started, but oh well. It's looking a little dirty when it's out. Oh, Jesus. Okay, that kind of exploded a little bit. Oh. My friend who works at the bar, or the brewery that I went to, got this out. Definitely poured this all the way to the very top, which I appreciate, but also, oh, careful, SpongeBob. Oh, yes. 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 By the way, the name of this beer is Many Trolls and Goblins, which I thought was oddly appropriate for a classic WoW streamer. No trolls or goblins were harmed in the making of this beer, I think, but... Actually, I've had this beer on stream before. It's the same beer that we actually sipped on when we were doing the Drunk AV stream, and it is quite tasty, so... Before anything else, cheers chat, cheers to a comfy little Sunday afternoon into probably evening cooking sesh. It's gonna get very cold later. The reason I wanted to start it a little early today was that way I didn't have to spend too long once the sun goes down, because once the sun goes down, the temperature's supposed to like plummet. It's supposed to be in like the low 20s by the time it's like 9 or 10 p.m., so I didn't want to run too late. But, very tasty, boys, very tasty. Okay. Rogue BBR is going to be having some amber ale this afternoon, hell yeah. Whatever your adult beverage of choice may be, feel free to bust it out right now. I'm not peer pressuring you, but if you were going to bust it out today, now is the time to do it. Alright, alright. Ooh, that is good. Okay, one more sip, one more sip. Mmm. Mmm. That's perfect for a cold day outside. That's very tasty. Okay. Anyways, what are we making today? Well, I was kind of struggling for a while to think about what I wanted to do for the stream, because, first of all, as you might know, it's been a long time since we've done a cooking stream. It's been a good... I think the last one we did was in October last year, so it's been a good 3 months, 4 months now? It's been a long-ass time, and partially because Classic Squared came out, so I've been too busy with that. And to be completely honest, also partially just because I was in a creative rut as far as thinking of fun ideas for a cooking stream, and I think I was kind of starting to overthink it a little bit to the point where I was getting in my head like, no, that won't be entertaining enough. No, that's not creative enough. Oh, no, that's not unique enough. And so after all this time, I was like, you know what? Let's not just get overcomplicated with this. We might as well just keep it simple. And like, at the end of the day, doesn't matter that much what we're cooking. Hopefully we're just all here to hang out, have a good time, enjoy some beer or whatever beverage of choice, cook some hopefully tasty food, and just kind of chill and have fun, right? So I was thinking, okay, so what have we cooked the last couple of years when we've done our balcony stream? Well, the first year we did kind of like the pork and beans sort of dish that ultimately kind of turned into a quasi-chili. And then last year we did dragon breath chili from the WoW cookbook. So I guess I kind of inadvertently kind of started a tradition of doing chili on the balcony. So I figured, okay, that'd be a pretty fun and good place to start, right? Not Voxcus is sitting in front of a bare table with a beer, a laptop, a spinning fish, and a knife is alive. Oh, I am. Better watch yourself, son. We're in America. Oh, that's bright. I'm so glad at least I have my own private balcony, so that way I don't have to worry about the public judging me for doing whatever it is you want to call this right now. Anyways. So, it's become something, I guess, of a tradition that we make chili on the balcony. So I figured, okay, it would make sense that we make another chili, right? And then it was like, okay, well, what kind of chili do I want to make? And I went through a bunch of iterations in my head, like, oh, well, you know, there's different types of chili that exist. There's like white meat chili, there's... we've made pumpkin chili in the past, not on the balcony, but pumpkin-based chili instead of tomato-based chili. I mean, that's been pretty good. But ultimately, I wanted to do the kind of UK-influenced... try a UK-influenced chili. And so, if anybody remembers, we have done shepherd's pie before. I did shepherd's pie, I think, last year for St. Patty's Day, if I remember correctly. Right? I think it was for St. Patty's Day. I've definitely done shepherd's pie, regardless. And, it came out fine, I guess. It wasn't amazing, like mind-blowingly good, but it certainly wasn't bad. It was fine. I definitely remember using too much garlic, which we found out that's apparently actually possible to use too much garlic. Who would have guessed? And then we also, probably, once again, sacrilege to say this, but probably used too much butter. Or at least the dish itself had too much fat, like the lamb was really rich, and the mashed potatoes, I just kind of drenched that shit in butter. So, I wasn't 100% happy with that shepherd's pie. So, today I figured, we're not necessarily going to make an exact shepherd's pie again, because it's a little difficult to do that anyways if you're outside and don't have an oven. But I wanted to make a chili to continue the balcony stream, and I figured, okay, why don't we make a shepherd's pie chili? So basically what we're going to do is we're going to make shepherd's pie filling, which would normally be like the nice, meaty, rich filling of shepherd's pie, but instead of then putting it in like a baking dish and then putting mashed potatoes on top and baking it, we're just going to have the filling, we're kind of going to add additional stuff to that to make it more into like a chili consistency, so we're going to want something that kind of tastes and is influenced by shepherd's pie, but in chili form, if that makes sense, right? So I searched kind of far and wide for a recipe because I thought, like, surely someone's tried to do this before. I couldn't really find any recipe that really accurately tried to replicate what I'm trying to make, which is a shepherd's pie-influenced chili. So I kind of had to YOLO it for myself. So if you do exclamation point recipe, you'll see the recipe we're going to use. That was kind of a recipe that I took from... I started with just a shepherd's pie recipe, and I kind of modified it and added a few things for the sake of making it more chili-like. So I added some spicy stuff. I added like some tomatoes. Is it like haram to use beans in like shepherd's pie? Probably it is, but I'm going to use some kidney beans in there as well. And then yes, I asked ChatGPT as well, Lido, don't worry. I asked ChatGPT, like, if you could come up with a shepherd's pie chili recipe, what would it be? So it gave me some ideas as well to kind of modify the recipe a bit, so... this recipe we're using today is not really a singular recipe from any specific source. It's kind of just a home-sourced recipe, kind of cobbled together recipe from a few different things, so We'll see how it goes. I mean, like, I don't know. If you look at the list of ingredients, if you combine all of them together, how bad could it really be, right? It's like ground lamb, carrot, onion, garlic, jalapenos, Thai chili peppers, beer, dried thyme, dried sage, cayenne, Worcestershire sauce, tomato paste, flour, bouillon cube. I can see my breath already. Fire roasted tomatoes, kidney beans, salt, pepper, and peas. How bad could it be, right? And then we are going to add a potato influence to it later. We'll get to that later as to what exactly that's going to be. But obviously, you got to keep some sort of potato element in there since shepherd's pie is traditionally coated in potato, right? So I feel like that's got to be a part of it as well. So, all right. Without further ado, perhaps we should actually get going and learn to make this. I don't want to waste too much time because it's going to get too cold eventually and I'm going to suffer. So, all right, fuck it, let's do it. So first things first, let's start by chopping up all the veggies, shall we? We gotta prep all that shit first before we start cooking, because recipes always talk about how, like, oh yeah, so once this is cooking, make sure you dice up this onion and blah, 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 do this, and like, if you ever try to dice up your vegetables in real time, like, it always just becomes a panic stress fest, because, like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm way too slow when it comes to chopping vegetables, so for me it becomes a race against the clock to get the veggies chopped up in time to not have the dish that you're making burn. I don't want to worry about that, so we're just gonna chop up all of the veggies in advance. That seems like the plan. Okay, so I got my little wet paper towel. Cooking stream enjoyers will know exactly why I'm doing this. Okay. Gonna need that later. All right, Mr. Cutting Board, ghetto-ass yellowed cutting board. Come on out, bud. You know this is white when I bought it. Okay. So, we gotta prep the carrots, we gotta prep the onion, we gotta prep the garlic, we gotta prep the jalapeno, and I guess technically the Thai chili peppers, but we'll worry about that later. So yeah, traditionally, of course, you're not gonna put Thai chili peppers or really anything spicy inside of shepherd's pie, but we want to make this something akin to a chili, so I feel like it's allowed because of that, right? Alright, we'll start with the onion. Fuck it. I'm okay right now, temperature-wise, by the way. This jacket I'm wearing is very warm, but get the feeling that's going to change throughout the night. I'm definitely worried that my hands are ultimately just going to become frozen solid blocks of ice, but for now we're chilling, I guess. So, we'll see how long that lasts. Alright, prepare everything before you start cooking. Yeah, that's definitely a lesson I've learned over time from my Clueless cooking adventures. Anything where you try to slice up while something's already cooking is always just a panic fest. Oh my. Preparing food buff for BWL. Yeah, last year, ironically, we did in fact make dragon breath chili. Which would be, ironically, last year not all that particularly useful for rating because of buff cap, but now it is. Use all the dragon breath chili you can. Okay. And it's going to become even more relevant in BWL when less stuff is immune to fire. Which I certainly cannot wait for. Oh boy. I love no buff cap. But anyways, we're not playing WoW today, whatever. Okay. Our boy went from not knowing how to cook to creating his own recipes. Well, I mean, I admit I started with the base of a shepherd's pie recipe, so it's not like I came up with this from scratch. The majority of this is inspired by a shepherd's pie recipe that I discovered found on Reddit, of all places, so don't give me that much credit. Okay, why can I not get the skin off? Bro. Okay, I'm gonna just cut this half and then get the rest of the skin off after I cut you in halvesies. Oi! Yeah. All like so. Bro. Kazakh spawn, run, cancel the cooking stream. Oh no, my internet cut out. Oh, weird. Oh no, the undersea cable leading to Europe, I got severed. Oh, too bad, I guess I can't log on to WoW right now. I don't know why I'm taking so long to peel this onion, but this outer layer here is like super, super thin to the point it's just like crumbly and not... Bro, let me just take this... Ah, my god, dude. Give myself some credit. I mean, obviously, I know more than I did when I started doing these streams, I'll say that. Like, obviously, compared to like 2 years ago, yeah, I know a bit more, and I'm definitely a bit more confident and getting a bit more creative for myself, but I'm still not 100% convinced that I'm what you'd call good at cooking. I'd call myself barely competent at this point. Alright, this is a struggle, man. There must be, like, an easier way to... Oh my fucking god. There must be an easier way to do this, dude. Alright, you know what, I'm just gonna cut off the end here. By doing that, Just discard a layer. Yeah, but I don't want to waste onion. That's not fun. Buddy. Came here with the struggling of peeling. Dude, it's the little things that get you, man. You'd think it's like the big, complicated cooking portion where you're putting stuff on the heat, but nah, it's just taking the skin off the stupid onion, man. Don't worry, we still have another half to go. Nice time cooking again, so hyped. Yeah, I know, it's been a while, right? It has been a while. Last one we did was the outdoor one in the woods. We did the pumpkin risotto, right? That was the all color stream, and so yeah, obviously it's been a while since we just went the entire winter essentially without doing a single cooking stream. My apologies for cooking stream enjoyers. I know there's a lot of people that really like these, and trust me, I didn't want to take this long off cooking streams either, but we kind of got blindsided by Classic Plus, and also, like I said earlier, like, was also in a bit of a, I guess, creative rut, if you will, but today, I don't know, I'm not going to call this recipe that we're making today particularly innovative or particularly, like, unique or crazy, but number one, it should be tasty on a cold, still sort of winter day, and then number two, it fits the theme of what we were going for. So, it'll do. It'll do. Thought you just missed them? Nah. I mean, for a good 2 months there, once Classic Squared came out, just didn't have any time, man. It's kind of hard to do cooking streams when you're just 24/7, just occupied by either, like, leveling, or alt leveling, or Priebus grinding, or PvP ranking, or prepping for speedruns, or blah blah blah, right? So, I think my Vanilla's is a very front-loaded game, so as soon as the server comes out, your life is pretty much gone for at least the first couple of months, if not more. Need an Easter redemption stream? All I can say on that one is some ideas are in the works. I'll leave it at that for now. When is Easter? It's the first... Is it the first or is it the second weekend of April? It's one of those, right? So it's coming up relatively soon. All I can say is... I agree. Redemption would ideally need to be earned. 11 to 14 is going to take up so much time. Yeah, I know. That's admittedly also going to kill another 5 weeks or so of potential streams, sadly, but we'll deal with that when we get there. What's up, Vercintorix coming in now with the Prime sub, or sorry, the Tier 1 sub now for 53 months. Oh my, that's a lot of months, dude. A fellow Joel enjoyer. What's up, bud? Your sub will go directly to the Hot Pockets, Doritos, and Cooking Stream Fund. Appreciate you, dude. Alright, well, as you can see, this is why you do your veggies before the, so I do the veggies before you start cooking. Okay, we just peeled an onion. That only took like 10 minutes. All right, cool. Now we can start chopping those up. How exciting. All right, all right, all right. Whoa, careful, SpongeBob. As we've learned in the past, trying to slice things up on a plastic, cheap-ass table from Walmart, not always the most stable and safe of experiences. Another good reason to do this chopping before you start cooking. You don't really want your stove shaking the entire table, or you don't really want doing this to shake the entire table while the stove is sitting on top of it, right? I'm still yet to have any sort of like ultra disastrous fire incidents. I know the Let DALI Cook GIF exists, and that's probably the biggest fire incident we've ever had on these cooking streams, but for the most part we've yet to have any sort of like horrific consequences to our irresponsible use of fire, right? So I'm trying to keep it that way. I'm trying to keep it that way. I'd rather not any sequels to the Let DALI Cook GIF be created tonight if we can avoid it. Do have my fire extinguisher down there though, just in case. Not saying I'll need it, but you know, always nice to have on hand just in case. You never know. You never know. As far as what we're using tonight to cook, we're just going to use our little propane stove. We're not going to get cute tonight with any sort of like fancy campfire in a can thing. I considered it, but the campfire in the can, we did try last year for the balcony stream, and the giant one was way too fucking monka, and the tiny one just doesn't output enough heat, so the propane stove kind of is the best of both worlds. It's much more manageable. Right, let's put half this onion already inside the bowl here. Yes, we got our ghetto-ass bowl here that's seen plenty of action over the years. I promise you it is washed, even if it looks nasty as fuck. It's just well seasoned. Got that seasoning built in already. Perfect. Oop. Stay. So what do we have to chop up? We gotta chop up the onion, we gotta chop up the carrots, we gotta chop up the garlic, we gotta cut up the jalapeno, we gotta cut up, one more thing, right? Am I forgetting something? guess the only other veggie is the peas, and I guess we don't have to chop those, huh? So I guess that's it. I guess the Thai chilies, but those don't have much chopping to do. Those will just be kind of like... Done. Okay. Jalapeno, yes sir.
Brothers, America, we pronounce it jalapeno like God intended. Hell yeah, brother. In that fucking Spanish language, what the fuck is a jalapeno? Here down in true red-blooded USA, we'll call it whatever the fuck we want, brother. Hell yeah.
Always very awkward trying to cut on this table too, because the angle is super weird, and the thing that sucks about this table is it's like too low to really stand over and stand up and work with, but it's too high to really make it like super convenient for like this camp chair that I have, so it always makes for something of an awkward cutting and knife experience, but oh well. We'll get the job done even if it's a bit slower than it should be. I will admit this is a lot easier when I'm on a balcony and not like next to some tiny little creek outside. That makes for a somewhat difficult cooking experience as well, as fun as it is. Alright, cool. Onion is diced. Nice. Certainly not worried about having not enough onion, but that being said, it's a chili. It's a shepherd's pie chili, right? Plenty of onion is kind of mandatory anyways. Has any dish ever suffered in the history of mankind from having too many onions in it?
Cook.
I love onions. I'm an onion enjoyer, so to me, I have never had any issues with like, oh, too much onion. Like, does that even exist? Is that even possible? I don't think so. Bottoms up, I agree. We probably have to get through this entire growler tonight because we don't want it to go to waste, so here's that. Start chewing on onion. By the way, I should show you. It is an absolutely beautiful day outside here. Not the warmest, but it's hard to beat early March weather like this, right? This is about as best as you can hope for. Sunny, beautiful, no wind, extremely comfy. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Very picturesque. And this is kind of the reason why I waited to do it today. I was going to do it yesterday, but then yesterday was A, colder, B, cloudier, and C, much windier. And I did not want to deal with an ultra windy day when trying to do something like this. That's kind of a recipe for disaster. Whereas today, just like, I looked at the weather like, this is fucking perfect. I got to do it today. Okay, next up, let's do the, I guess, maybe the jalapeno? Oh, where are you? You're in here somewhere. Actually, no, you know what? Let's do the carrots. That'll work. Yeah. What's up, Muscotton? Coming out with the gifted tier 1 sub. Oh shit, thank you, sir, thank you, sir. Your gifted sub will go directly to the Hot Pockets. Andreo's Fund. Thanks for hanging out, glad you're enjoying. Wow. Alright, these are kind of like chode carrots right here, but they'll get the job done. I guess ideally I should have washed these. I am not going to wash them, but whatever. So my recipe, I was thinking I'd call for like 2 carrots, but because these are kind of chode carrots, I'm going to go with like a 3rd tiny one. It's probably fine. Most recipes said I should probably shred the carrots. I'm gonna keep it a hundo. I think I'm just gonna chop them. I mean, I do have my my little grater, I guess, that I could use, but I don't know. I want to chop these or I want to grate these. What would the grate look like if I did this? Diced carrots do be nice. I agree, the diced carrots would probably be a better texture, right? I'm gonna do that. We'll save this for the, something later. Okay. So, yeah, fuck it, let's just chop them. We'll chop them finely, though, how about that? So that way it's a nice compromise between what would otherwise be shredded carrots, which would be a finer consistency. Alright. How does one properly dice a carrot? I mean, I guess we'll just start by slicing carrot pieces and then just chop them up all nice and fine after we did the initial slice, huh? Whoa! We're good. You know, as long as I'm in the sun like this, and the sun's gonna set and kind of become more sunny as the night goes on here, as the late afternoon goes on here, in theory it's gonna actually be pretty warm here for a bit. In fact, if anything, I might even have to put on sunglasses for a little while just because the sun's gonna be pretty bright because it's gonna be shining like directly in my face. So if I get sunglasses at some point, that'll be quite the visual, huh? But yeah, I kind of wanted the sun to assist me in not getting too cold out here. You can do 3 slices on the length and 3 in the width and dice them like an onion. Yeah, you know, now you say that, that would have made a lot more sense, huh? But, oh well, too late now. We're just gonna try our best to YOLO this a little bit and see how best we can make this work. I don't know. Something like this seems fine, where you kind of just cut them into quarters like this. And then after we've done this to like all of them, we'll just kind of turn these into the whole thing. That seems reasonable. We still have 2 more carrots to kind of trial and error this, I guess. Oh, okay, well. I haven't been in the stream for a few weeks. What happened to AV? Mercifully, at least for now, we're done with AV. We'll have to go back to AV once the rank 14 grind releases, but thankfully we're at the very least done with our rank 10 grind on not 1, not 2, but 3 characters. That was a lot. Not ultra desperate to do that again anytime soon, but in theory, the BWL release soon, TM, whenever that happens, is going to mean we're back in AV jail, because we'll have to do the rank 14 grind on the main human, but at the very least, that's only going to be on 1 character, and in theory, the honor per hour should be pretty decent, so hopefully it won't be ultra painful. But for now, no need. That's why we're kind of able to do the cooking stream right now, is because we don't have to worry about AV jail. Thank God. Alright, this is working okay, I guess. I don't know. If you want a lot smaller, just cut it smaller, then it'd start to do the chef. Yeah, fair. Yeah, I think what I'll do on the next one is I'll probably start like cutting it lengthwise first. I think that's probably the play, huh? I think by starting to cut it widthwise, that was already a mistake there at the start. I mean, this will ultimately, I think, become something that we're gonna call good enough anyways, but alright. I don't think we can go with a full sort of thing just because this table's a little unstable for that, but we'll do our best little finely chopped carrot motions here that we can. Just pretend I'm doing the like the fucking bear right now. Yes, chef. Where the fuck are my carrots? I hope the bear season 4 doesn't suck. Season 3 was very questionable. What are we cooking? Exclamation point recipe in the chat. We're cooking something UK influenced today. We're continuing our tradition of making chili on the balcony streams, but instead of it being a, I guess what you'd call a traditional chili, it's something of a hybrid chili today. Something of a melding of 2 amazing dishes. Alright, there's already a lot of carrots. Maybe we are only going to use 2 of these. In my head, I was kind of imagining like, oh yeah, you want a shitload of carrots, but this already seems like a pretty decent amount right here. We're still going to add 1 more, but this is looking kind of good as is, TBH. The Fury Prot of chili? Something like that. The best of both worlds, yeah. I don't know. This is probably haram in the world of, like, shepherd's pie enjoyers. Like, if you're, like, I don't know, a shepherd's pie purist. Number 1, you probably have no teeth, so I probably shouldn't even listen to your opinions too much. But number 2, the base of shepherd's pie, like the base ingredients you use, in theory, are very versatile and can be used for many dishes, not just the filling of a pie, right? Okay. I'm gonna call those finely diced enough. We're gonna try our carrot chopping technique now again on the next carrot and see if we can refine our methods a bit. Okay. Ooh. Alright, carrot number 2. So let's start by cutting it this way and then maybe also like another way. Also lengthwise again, so like lengthwise twice. What's up, Weeben, aka Fralsa, as Amy would say. Fralsa, coming in hot with the cheeky little tier 1 sub. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Ooh. Your sub will go directly to the Hot Pockets Doritos and Fralsa Fund. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I wish I had a cool European accent. I feel so boring with my American accent. Wish I at least had a cool Southern accent. I guess I could just permanently talk my K-Kona voice. Hell yeah, brothers. Welcome to twitch.tv/Sam Daly. We're gonna do some cooking today. Hell yeah.
Nothing but pure American cooking in this stream, boys.
I feel like that might get offensive after a while, though. I don't know. Cool Southern? I mean, like, I don't know. I think some things, like, said in a Southern accent are cool. Not everything, but some things.
Here's a good old US of A. I'm here to watch some NASCAR. Hell yeah, brothers.
Something about saying, like, hell yeah, brother, specifically, when with a Southern accent, just hits different compared to, like, you do in, like, a normal American accent. If you just do it normal, it's like, hell yeah, brothers. You're like, yeah, that's... just loses its effect at that point. Alright, yeah, this is definitely the play. This is so much easier than doing the way I just did it. Now we have, like, easy, clean quarters as opposed to having to chop them up, like, one by one like we did the first one. Alright, yeah, this was definitely the play, so in the future, if we need to finely dice carrots, I guess this is the way we do it. Comfy cooking hits different? Hell yeah, dude. It's been too long, for sure. I did not, like I said earlier, I did not intend to have this long between the cooking streams, but... life happens sometimes. Classic Square just randomly gets released sometimes, and all of a sudden life is consumed by fresh vanilla for 2 months. When you, least expected it, I guess. It's alright. Enjoying the tunes. Yeah, ironically, I can't even hear them. Ironically, that's, being played through my PC speakers indoors, so to me, it's just completely silent out here. But hopefully you guys are at least enjoying it. That's good. That's good. I know the tunes are more really Irish than they are, like, UK themed. But once again, let's just assume it's Northern Ireland, okay? So it's still UK influenced. Just, like, do this on, like, 5x speed and then look at, like, chef pace. Oh. Nice thing about when you do these Clueless Bachelor cooking streams, I know in reality the only person that's going to be eating the dish that I make is going to be me, so it doesn't need to be perfectly finely diced carrots. I don't give a fuck. I've got some slightly too large carrots in my dish. Who's gonna judge me? Who's gonna care? No one. Except chat. You guys will judge, but you can't eat, so... Get fucked, losers. Only I can enjoy this hopefully delicious dish that I make. I guess you could technically replicate the recipe since it is in chat, but... I'm not sure how many people are rushing to the grocery store to be like, oh my god, shepherd's pie chili! Oh my god, that looks amazing! I want to make it now! I'll let you know in a few hours if it's worth making, I guess. I imagine it's going to be good. I feel like this is kind of hard to fuck up, but knowing the history of these cooking streams, you don't want to make any guarantees until the final product is actually finished, right? So, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, I'd call this finely chopped enough at this point to get the job done. Alright. Everything from scratch. Do I have potatoes boiling in the back? I think almost everything's being made from scratch today. I think the only thing we're not making from scratch, I guess, would be the diced tomatoes. That's going to come in a can, but outside of that, yeah, I don't know. From scratch. Now, I realize for shepherd's pie specifically, yes, you're probably wondering, like, if you're making chili, how's the potato aspect going to come into play, since the mashed potatoes that you'd traditionally put on top of a shepherd's pie will not be put on top of the random ass helicopter? Okay. Anyways. Yeah, we're not going to put the traditional mashed potato topping on the filling today, but I will say this. Not to worry, we'll still be using potatoes today in some capacity. As to how exactly, well, you'll just have to keep watching and find out. That part is not in the recipe in chat. Alright. First glass of beer. Down the hatch, baby. That can only mean one thing.
Time for round two. Hell yeah, brothers.
For those that didn't see earlier, we're drinking a Scottish ale right now, which is appropriately themed, I'd say. The name of this beer is the Many Trolls and Goblins, which is, I guess, kind of appropriate for a classic WoW streamer. Yeah. Cheers. Alright, next up, let's do the, I guess, jalapeno, which is in here somewhere. Hello, hello, hello. Alright. Damn, this is a big-ass jalapeno. Holy shit. Why did I get such a giant jalapeno? Holy fuck. I don't know if you can tell. Like, here's my hands. That's a big-ass jalapeno. Holy shit. But hey, you know what? Doesn't necessarily mean that's a bad thing. If anything, it's just more Delicious jalapeno to have. Kind of dusty. Ugh. I wonder how I was cooking the cold, dark indoors where I can't see the food that I'm eating. It's fine, we'll cook it. Remember not to touch eyes or pee-pee. I'll do whatever the fuck I want. If I want to vigorously crank my hog live on stream, who's going to stop me? The answer is Twitch. They would probably stop me, but... Dude, we talked about this a couple of streams ago. I would love to do like a joke cooking stream where I somehow acquired at least a portion of a pig and roasted it over an open fire. And then I would use like one of those little cranks that you could use to kind of like turn it, so to rotate it over the fire so that way it cooked evenly, so that way we could literally just have a gimmick stream where we cranked our hog. So yeah, hog cranking stream coming soon, TM. For now, we'll have to put that one on the back burner, but yeah. I think hog cranking is definitely high on the meme list of things we could do for future cooking streams. Yeah, like a rotisserie. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. You get it, you get it. Alright. Let's chop up this jalapeno matchstick style. Okay. Jalapenos definitely used to be something I had no idea how to optimally chop, but thanks to the wonders of watching Binging with Babish, as well as just watching other people's recipes, as well as watching chat's recommendations, over time I've learned how to chop jalapenos in a somewhat of a consistent fashion. Well, not probably expert, but, you know, enough to the point where you get mostly consistently shaped and sized diced jalapeno. Like so. I know some recipes say like, oh, make sure you take the seeds out, but nah, we're keeping the seeds in, baby. More flavor as far as I'm concerned. More spice, which I don't think is a bad thing if you're trying to make chili. Now, I'm not trying to make chili that's like ultra spicy, ultra burn the roof of your mouth off sort of thing, but we definitely want to have like a bit of a kick to our chili. I'm never a fan of eating chili that's like just mundane, no spice, ultra basic bitch white girl chili. That's boring. You want to have a little bit of a kick to your chili. You want to be like, oh, after you take a few bites of your chili. Now you want to be dying, but just enough to kind of give it like, whew, whew, oh my, that sort of thing. The Joel turntable, yeah, Joel's, he's chilling. He's watching me do the thing. He's hanging out. It's been a while since he got to enjoy a cooking stream. In fact, I think I forgot to bring Joel to the last cooking stream that we did outdoors, right? So this is his first cooking stream in a very, very long time at this point. Enjoying yourself, Joel? I hope so, bud. I hope so. Alright. Now, originally I actually bought 2 jalapenos, but now that I realize how giant that first one was, I think we'll stick with 1 jalapeno, because we're not just adding only jalapenos as far as our spiciness to this dish, so I think we're going to call that good enough for now. I mean, worst case scenario, if we think we need more, we can always chop up the other one later. It doesn't take that long. But for now, I'd say we're Gucci. Okay. Now I guess we can do the garlic. The garlic I'm not going to dice, I'm just going to use the magic of the garlic crusher. Shout out to the Lido on that one. But we at least have to peel that shit. There you are. Oh, yeah. Now, when it comes to using garlic in any recipe, really, we all know that, like, when you look at a recipe and it tells you how much garlic you should minimum double that. At least, that's the normal way of thought. I will admit that last time I made shepherd's pie, I definitely went overboard on the garlic. The answer to the question of, is it possible to put too much garlic in something is, yes, it is. It requires a fuckload, but we definitely used what I'd qualify as a fuckload last time. So we're gonna go with 4 cloves of garlic in this. That's still a lot. Most recipes, for the quantity I'm making right here, would recommend 2. So we're still doubling it, but I don't want to like overdo it. Let's test it, since size usually means a bit milder. What, the jalapeno? Fine. Oh, tastes like jalapeno, mildly spicy. It's fine. We're gonna add some big boy peppers to this soon, TM, so you don't have to worry about the peppers. If anything, if we want to make it more spicy, there's another type of pepper we can add to this that'll be much more vigorous, or much more, I guess, potent, if you will. Alright. Take off the outer skin of this garlic here. Got my little trash bag down here, nice and clutch. Okay. So, that's 1. Oh my god, what the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? Nice garlic, Walmart. What the fuck is this? Yikes. Okay, well. Let's hope all the cloves aren't like this, I guess. Ay, 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 ay. Okay, this one looks fine. It's just that one. Don't mind rotten garlic. I'd rather not. Okay, I think it was just that clove. All the rest of these look fine. Still, though. Fucking Walmart, man. And yeah, I know. You're shopping at Walmart. What do you expect, dumbass? I know. Shut up. Alright, anyways, these three are fine. Garlic roulette, yeah. I mean, whatever. Like, worst case scenario, I had another backup clove ready to go, but alright, cool. These four, however, look perfectly fine. Shout out to my downstairs neighbor. Okay. Go. Most of the produce is the same in all markets. Yeah, I'm aware of that, which is why, frankly, I am willing to cheap out in Walmart. People who go to like the ultra bougie grocery stores, if you do, hey, good for you. I'm not going to stop you, but at the end of the day, it depends on the ingredient, right? But like if it's something as purely simple as like a jalapeno or a onion or a clove of garlic, it's gonna be the same wherever you buy it, right? I'm sure some person's gonna come and be like, well, actually, but I don't care, whatever. Tastes the same to me. What are we making? Exclamation point recipe in the chat. We're making some shepherd's pie chili. I think people forget about that most produce isn't perfect, just the stuff that ends up in the chain grocery stores. No, it should be perfect. What the fuck? It's 2025. If every single piece of produce in existence is not pristinely shaped and colored and fresh, then, I ain't paying. What the fuck, man? 2025, we're supposed to have perfected this shit by now. Thousands of years of existence. Unbelievable. Thoughts on Skyline chili? It's fine. I don't mind it, but to me, when I think of chili, I want something a bit more, like, textured, something a bit thicker, something a bit chunkier. And Skyline, while it tastes fine, my issue with it is just, it's too much like meat slop for my preferences. It's a little bit too liquidy. It works nice in like a chili dog, I'll say that. But when you're trying to like eat like a hearty bowl of chili on its own, it's too liquidy. I don't like that aspect of it. Well, I don't hate it. It's fine. I'll eat it, but it's not my preferred kind of, yeah, meat porridge, exactly. It's not my preferred texture of chili. I'm always a chili with beans enjoyer. Like any chili that doesn't have beans, you can miss me with that one. Hence why we're adding beans to our chili tonight. I'm aware of the fact that like adding beans to a shepherd's pie is kind of haram, but I was trying to come up with this recipe. I was like, well, it's not really authentic to add beans to this, but I want beans in my chili. I'm gonna keep it real, boys. If you don't have beans in your chili, why are you eating that chili? Ooh, come on. All right, there we go. Just throw away so much food, not just produce. Pathetic, we have so many people who need them. Okay, yeah. Okay. Hands are very garlicky now. I guess there's worse smells. Get out of here. That's just meat sauce, yeah. And that's fine, right? But if I'm just eating it on its own, it's a little underwhelming. Okay, so what else do I need to prep here? We've prepped the carrots, the onion, the garlic, the jalapeno, okay, and then I guess at this point, really, the only other thing we have to prep would be the Thai chili peppers. I guess we'll do that now. Sure. So, when it comes to the Thai chili peppers, you guys may remember, if you think back all the way back to 2 years ago when we did the Thai cooking stream. Okay, that sun is starting to get in my face. Unironically, I'm going to get some sunglasses while I continue the story. If you guys remember all the way back in yesteryear of 2 years ago, we did a Thai cooking stream where we made pad thai and green curry. And so I went to like the local Asian supermarket and bought a whole bunch of Asian stuff, and one of those things that I bought was Thai chili peppers. Cool, DALI. What's up? And I bought like a shitload. Like it only came in like a giant bag of them, so I was like, okay, I guess I'll buy a giant bag. So I haven't used this giant bag since, because like it's a lot of Thai chili peppers. I don't generally cook with those. So they've been in the freezer this whole time. So these are like technically 2-year-old Thai chili peppers. But, let me just get those out. Let me plug that. Oh, they're there. These are technically 2-year-old Thai chili peppers, but they've been frozen the whole time, so in theory they're fine. I don't know. I mean, like, I did use them last year for Dragon Breath chili, and they were still perfectly fine, so are they still fine a year later? Probably. So, I don't know. So, we're gonna add these. They got, like, capsaicin and shit. It kills bacteria and stuff, right? Plus, they've been in the freezer, so it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And, for those wondering, these are very, very spicy. Like, if you eat just, like, one of these, it's one of those things that'll, be, like, make you for the rest of the night go, like, sort of thing, right? So, yeah. Just two. I know it doesn't seem like much, but that should be more than enough to get the job done as far as adding some spice to it. Like Tylenol, you know, it doesn't expire. We're going to have something else a little later that will also question whether I should be still using it technically past its expiration date, but we'll talk about that later. For now, let's chop these up and throw them into the pile, shall we? They still smell plenty spicy, I'll tell you that. Still smell fine, as for what it's worth. I don't know, they still smell like what they smelled like a couple of years ago. So, how bad could it be, right? Okay, got a nice little veggie assortment there. Cool. Next up, I think we're ready to bust out the stove now, and I think we're ready to actually like begin cooking stuff, right? I think, maybe. I don't think it's gonna be the longest cooking stream today, to be honest. I don't think we're not making something like overly complex, so it's not really gonna be a marathon cooking stream like they have been in the past. But all right, we gotta ease back into it. It's been a while, right? Taste it to make sure they're spicy. Oh, I'm definitely very confident that they're still plenty spicy. No need to worry about that. You had a little bit of false summer at the end of February. Now it's in the 30s again. Yeah, I mean, like, we've had like a bit of a, what you call a false spring lately as well, and it's definitely not exactly warm out now. I'm actually doing fine right now. I feel completely comfortable right now, which I'm a little surprised by, but the sun, give it like another hour and a half and it'll go down. It's gonna get cold as fuck, but at least for now, honestly, I'm kind of chilling. This is nice. Okay, so, let's go with, I guess the actual cooking process now? Fuck it, let's do it. I guess it's time to get out the stove. Now, cooking on this unstable, super flimsy table using the propane stove, always a bit of a precarious process, so we're gonna have to be rather careful while we do this, but I'd like to think that it'll be, fine as long as we take it nice and slow and easy. So, let's set that up, shall we? This propane stove has seen many a cooking stream at this point. I've used this one plenty, both on and off stream, actually. Actually, the last time I used this was in California when I was camping with my sister. That was adorable, but it's been a while since we busted this one out on stream. Boom. Got some booze in that cranberry juice, bro. It's a Scottish ale, and it's delicious. How dare you? Mmm. Ah. And not just some random ass pleb Scottish ale, it's a Scottish ale from a local craft brewery. So, how dare you? Alright, so that's the stove, that's the propane bottle. This is the propane bottle that I used for the last cooking stream. I don't know how long it's got left on it, but I've got other propane bottles I can use if this one runs out. We'll see. And then, that's the one thing I hate about these propane bottles. You have absolutely no idea like how much they have left in them. You can kind of feel, I guess you can shake them around and kind of like hear like how much is left in it. And this one kind of feels like, I don't know, half full still, but to me it's always really hard to tell, but oh well. And then let's get out the base of this for extra stability, because we need all we can get when we're cooking on this ghetto-ass flimsy table. Alright. Come on, baby. Come on off. Ooh. 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 There we go. Alright, screw that bad boy in. Now, if this runs out, I've never had one of these run out before, so if this runs out halfway through, I don't know if it will. I've got so many leftover propane bottles. I know I've got plenty to get the job done here, but that's gonna suck, because then we'll have to, like, unscrew this while it's still hot, and that's gonna be a whole thing. But, whatever. Let's just hope it doesn't run out. Okay. And then I've got a little pan here. This pan, if you're like a true DALI cooking lore enjoyer, you would know that this pan made its first appearance way back when we did the camping stream in a van in a parking garage. That was this pan's origin right here. And this one we'd actually used to cook subsequent chili dishes on said balcony right here. So this is kind of the official chili cooking dish, I guess, of this stream, or chili cooking pan, if you will. This is so tilted. I'm not a fan of how tilted this is. Can we get this, like, not tilted? Is that possible? Okay, that's better. Right? Seems like got a bit of a tilt to it, but it'll be fine. Okay, sure, why not? How many alarm chili would I say I'm crafting? It's not gonna be that. I'd like to go for, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, like 1 being, like, completely not spicy, 10 being the spiciest thing you've ever tasted in your life, if not more. I think we're only going for, like, a 5 today. I'm not trying to, like, blow my brains out or anything like that, but I want to make something that at least has some spice to it. There's 3 elements of spice to this dish. There's the jalapeno, there's the Thai chili peppers, and there's the cayenne pepper. Those 3 things in combination should definitely make something that's more than spicy enough, I would think. Alright, so let's adjust our cam a little bit here so that way we can get maybe a bit more of a top-down view, I guess. Oh, up you go, chat. Oh, yeah, Alright. That good like that? I'll keep Joel in frame, right? Hey, buddy. Okay, that'll work, I think. That'll work. Okay, cool. Okay, so I guess if anything we just need to turn this on, huh? Alright. The only thing about this being tilt is I need to kind of... It's fine, okay. This fucking lighter, man. I've had some issues with this lighter lately. Oh, don't do that. Oh. Lighting. Using lighters outdoors is always a pain. Whatever, fuck it. I got matches. I'll just use these. Wait. Oh, okay. Oh, open the matches the wrong way. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Alright. We're good, we're good. Alright. Swear I'd know how to light matches. What the fuck? There we go. Okay. We're good. This lit? That's lit. Okay. Excelente. Excelente. Alright, put that bad boy on there. So, oh, you got working 6 hours, gotta watch this gem as a VOD. Alright, later, dude. It'll still be here by the time you get back, I promise. Just notice the camera's very tilted. Hold on one sec. You guys probably can't tell, it's kind of weird, but... Hi, hello. Hi, welcome to the cooking stream. Still looks dumb, hold on. Better. That's fine, okay. So, you just wait for this pan to heat up. While we do, let's see. Here's what we're gonna do, the first few steps we're gonna do. We're gonna start with the lamb, so let me get the lamb out. Now, true cottage, or true shepherd's pie enjoyers would know that you gotta use lamb for shepherd's pie. If you're using ground beef, that's fine, it still tastes good. But that would be considered cottage pie instead of shepherd's pie, which... Cottage pie, also very tasty, for what it's worth, but the lamb definitely does taste a little different, adds a bit of a different texture to it, and it's more fatty, so I mean, for what it's worth, it's gonna be... Fat always tastes good, right? No one's ever said fat tastes bad, so... In theory, it's gonna be a little bit richer when you use the lamb instead of the beef. because this is 80-20 as far as its, I don't know, lean versus fat contents or whatever you want to call that. Looks warm. Yeah, weirdly, like, it's in the mid-30s right now, Fahrenheit. I don't know what the fuck that is in Celsius. Probably like 1 or 2 degrees Celsius outside, so you would think I'd be freezing my balls off, but in the sun at least, yeah, it's actually quite nice right now. Not gonna be nice once the sun goes down, but there's a reason why I started the stream today when I did, so that way, hopefully, at least the first 2/3 of the stream would be in the sun, so I wouldn't freeze the entire time. Oh, will freeze later. Don't worry about that. As soon as the sun goes down, I'm gonna freeze my ass off, but tried my best to avoid doing that the entire time. Yeah, honestly, I could take off this jacket right now. I'd be fine. My hands are not cold in the slightest. It's kind of nice. Okay, garlic right here. Just lay this lamb out right here. Okay, wow, that's smoking a little bit. I guess it's plenty hot now, huh? Guess it still has some remnants of other stuff that I cooked on it. Alright, come on out, lamb. There you go. And, historically, this stove gets really, really hot, so I'm gonna have to be careful with how we moderate our temperature using this thing, but because eventually what we're gonna do is we're gonna want to get this chili like sizzling. Gonna get it like we want like a nice little consistent sizzle, which might be a little tricky with the stove, but it should be doable. All right, I think that's good. For now, let's start by browning the lamb. Bro. Cheers. The alcohol will keep the blood warm? Yeah, that's how that works, right? Already had dinner and getting hungry watching this. Well, wait until I finish the dish before you start getting hungry. It ends up being nasty as fuck. I wouldn't feel too bad for you. Alright, so I'm gonna put a little oil in here, just so that way I get nice and lubed up, if you will. I always struggle to gauge how hot this is. Hopefully it's a appropriate temperature, either hopefully not too hot, not too cold. Okay, well, we're just gonna kind of do that. Ooh, that's a nice sizzle, though. Alright, seems good to me. Seems good to me. Okay. So, first things first, what we're going to do before anything else, get this nice and flattened out. Nice and broken up to the point where it's kind of crumbly, if you will. That's the consistency we're going for here. Nice little crumble. So we want to get well browned on each side. Don't want to burn it, of course, but we want to make it so it's like a nice little, like, I don't know, crust or... I know there's an official term for what you want to get the outside of the meat looking like. Crusted. Browned. You get it. Chat, somebody, you know what I'm talking about, right? Sure. Weirdly, I think I need to turn the heat up, question mark? A sear? Kinda, yeah. I mean, sort of what I'm going for. Like, sear kind of is more of a term I feel like you use for steak, but sure. A nice crust on the outside, if you will. Something that'll add a nice fond at the bottom of the pan. There we go. That's I know a term. Want to get that fond so you can deglaze it later. Oh my. That is a thing. And this is not a non-stick pan, so historically that's been one of the sticking points, no pun intended, of this pan, but that's why I put a little oil in there. And I think with the amount of fat content that exists in this lamb, I don't think it'll be an issue. Okay. Got that nice and spread out in there. Yeah, I'm always paranoid with the stove, and I feel like I made it a little too... not quite hot enough, because I'm always paranoid it's going to get too hot. Do I crank this up even more? Just a little bit? Just a little bit? Okay. Let that do its thing for a bit here. Alright, so once the lamb is doing the thing, we're supposed to flatten it to a disc across the entire surface. Done. Turn the heat on high underneath. Sure. And then... While it heats up, starts to cook, this is the point where it's just like, now, while it's heating up, now do all your veggies. Yeah, no, fuck all that. We already did all the veggies before in advance because I've learned that lesson in the past. Already. Oh, that's getting really hot. Okay, I'll turn that down a little bit. Okay. And then when the lamb is brown on the bottom, stir the carrots and onion with a wooden spoon. Oh, so apparently carrots and onion, I guess not the... Oh, well, the only other thing was the jalapeno, and that wasn't originally part of the recipe, so yeah, that's fine. So, and then the garlic will add in later, because garlic we know cooks faster. That's a lesson we've learned over time. And then once it's like, let's see, nice and thick, after like 5 or 10 minutes, it says. Then you notice the pan start to dry out, reduce the heat to medium, when things start sticking to the bottom of the pan again. Okay, so later we'll add in tomato paste and flour and cook for another blah, blah, blah. Okay, and then we'll deglaze with beer. Okay, that I can do. Cool. You two have a nice crust on the outside. Okay, no describing your exterior crust, please. I don't need to know about your crust, chat. You and your fucking disgusting ass crusty dick. Yikes. Maybe one of those dudes at the gym or something, just hanging dong right there in the locker room, like, oh, hey, son, you want to see my crusty dick? Here you go. I know you wanted to see this today. No one wants to see your crusty dick, old man. Save that shit for your fucking disgusting, wrinkly, washed-up wife. Hopefully that doesn't hit too close to home for my homies in chat. Cheers. Flashbacks? As in, like, that stage of your life has already happened? Oh my, I'm so sorry. You're like, oh, I remember when that was like that. That's in the past. My disgusting-ass crusty wife is long since dead, of course. Okay, this still needs to be more browned. Definitely very liquidy. I don't know how well you can tell, but there's a lot of liquid in this pan, so that's going to need to boil off eventually, but we got time. Need some sort of, like... Okay. This railing right here, it's... the texture of this is like paint chippy, wood and paint chips, so maybe not ideal as like a spoon rest, because then like you're getting some nice lead paint into your dish, but that's alright. Maybe, does lead paint add flavor? Maybe, I don't know. It's honestly the most base thing I've ever said. I am fortunate enough to go to a gym where the gym is 99% of the time completely empty, to the point where I've never actually seen any crusty dongs at the current gym that I go to, but previous gyms in my, I don't know, previous locations that I've lived in, there's always like that one or two crusty dong dudes that are just like, well, I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't care about people judging me. I don't give a shit. Here's my dick. It's just out here. Are you enjoying it, son? I'm just like, I don't care if you don't care about being judged. Put that shit away. No one wants to see it, man. I get it. You're comfortable in your old-ass crusty body. Fine. Good for you. But I'd still rather not. You could still just not. It's really just that easy. You could always just put your dick away. It's really not that hard. I'm not walking around with my dick swinging around everywhere, like, you know, air drying my balls after my workout or something. Bro, come on. Be considerate. I'm good for you. You're comfortable with your body. Yikes. Alright, anyways, let's get in there. Alright, we'll flip that. Flip it, get it brown on this side, and then after that we'll add the veggies and do the thing. Eventually we'll need to get this more crumbled up, because we don't want like giant chunks of meat in our chili. Although, I mean, that wouldn't be bad, I'm sure, but generally speaking, you want to be like sort of, I don't know what the proper term would be, pebbly? Grainy? Not grainy, but like... I feel like pebbly is a decent word for it. That smells nice, dude. I remember growing up as a kid, my parents, my mom specifically, used to make a dish. It was lamb and mint jelly. Is that a thing like other people had when they were growing up? How common is that? Was that like an unusual thing to eat growing up? Probably not, but we used to have this dish every now and then where it was just like lamb chops and, yeah, it was lamb chops and mint jelly. That's what we'd always serve it with. And mint jelly, I've never had mint jelly in my entire life outside of whenever my parents would make that lamb dish. And we'd be like, okay, gotta eat this with mint jelly. And I remember it being such a novelty because there was this neon green jelly that had the same consistency as just regular jelly, but it was mint flavored and it was for some reason, like, oh, this pairs well with lamb. But apparently there's nothing else that exists that pairs well with, because I've never seen it outside of that one time, or like the one time my parents would always make that dish. You eat mint jelly or mint sauce on any cut of lamb. Shit is awesome. Yeah, does it only go well with lamb? Does it not work on anything else, I guess? I don't know. Apparently not. I've never bought mint jelly in my adult life. I only ever had it when my parents would serve it. It wasn't bad. I mean, it tasted fine. It tasted like mint and jelly, which is like, okay, it's not bad. Man, I forget how liquidy like lamb gets, but I mean, it's got a lot of fat in there, so I'm sure that's where the liquid's coming from. Let me just show you here. There's a shitload of liquid in this pan. Like, it just started with a block of meat, right? But, focus. Come on, baby. Oh, but you can kind of see, yeah, very liquidy, so all that shit's gonna eventually have to boil off, which, oh yeah, we got time. Oh, careful, SpongeBob. Oh, in the meantime, we'll just sit here and chill for a bit. Enjoy the admittedly beautiful day outside. This is so nice. I was expecting to be a lot colder than this, but honestly, I'm kind of chilling right now. This is nice. Oh. You'd have it on pork chops. Is mint jelly a Midwestern thing? Well, I didn't originally grow up in the Midwest. I grew up in California, so my mom, like, being very much a Californian, is the one who made this. I don't know if it's classified as Midwestern when my not Midwestern mom would make it, but it was always fine. I remember as a kid, it wasn't one of those dishes that like, oh yeah, she made this one tonight, yeah. But it also was like one that was like, yeah, this one's fine. I remember it was like one of her mid dishes. My mom overall was a pretty decent cook. She makes some things amazing, some things extremely mid. I remember that being one of her mid ones. Never bad, but just like, whatever. Her family's from Ohio, so I didn't know if it was just you. Yeah, I don't know what the origins of the dish are. No idea. Mint sauce to lamb dishes in Indian cuisine is something you've seen a lot. Is it? Why is it that, like, I've never seen it then in my adult life? I've never seen mint jelly in my adult life. I only remember it from being a kid. I don't know. Your mom's Danish and dad is English. Thought it was an English thing? Maybe? I mean, my dad's side of the family definitely has some English roots to it, so, like, maybe that's where it came from? I don't know. I have no idea. Your mom makes some dank old school roast. Bro, nobody wants to know about your mom's dank old school roast beef, alright? Keep that shit to yourself. In fact, keep that shit to your dad. He can enjoy that with his crusty dong, alright? Mom's roast, yikes. Does it like dangle there? Ugh. What's my take on mushy peas? I'm not really much of a mushy pea enjoyer in general. So like either when it's in mushy pea form or when it's in like pea soup. Pea soup to me is like, eh. I don't hate it. It's not like I refuse to eat it, but that was another dish growing up where like that would sometimes be on the rotation of stuff that my parents might make. And pea soup to me was always so like extra mid. I always found pea soup to be kind of like just green slop. And I don't know, at that point it just feels like you're eating radioactive sewer sludge. I didn't hate it, but yeah, mushy peas. I like peas when they're like just regular pea form, but like once you mush them up into this like pea paste, not my favorite. I don't hate it. There's very few foods in existence that I hate, like straight up just won't eat. But it was definitely not my favorite. Ma's beef always hits. If you're into that sort of thing, whatever, dude. Want to let me know that I'm really are the goats. Oh shit. It's been too long since we did cooking streams, boys. I missed this, man. I'm glad to be back, baby. I know it's been a lot of WoW content lately, and I know that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I truly do love cooking streams, so I'm glad we finally have gotten back to something of our roots, I guess, if you will. Okay, so this is good enough, I think, to be crumbled up right now. So once we crumble it, then we can add all the veggies and shit. Okay. That smells nice already as is, TBH. Smells quite tasty. Alright. Come on. Trying to get this extra crumbly. I guess I don't want to get it like ultra crumbly like normally you would in a shepherd's pie, just because instead of being like a meat filling for a pie, we do want this to have like more of a chili consistency. So instead of like being like super tiny crumbles, I guess we kind of want like rough crumbles. Honestly, this is actually looking pretty good right now as is. Maybe a little bit more, but it's not bad. Not bad. Yeah, so like this sort of consistency right there. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Cool. Alright. So I believe up next we just add all of our veggies, right? Double check here. Put the lamb, turn the heat on high underneath while it heats up, starts to cook. The lamb is brown on the bottom, it is. Stirring the carrots and onion with a wooden spoon, scraping the bottom and breaking up the meat as you go. Okay. Cool. There's gotta be knob in a UK-themed cooking stream. Knob time? There was no knob today. Knob is very much an American thing, but let me at least put it this way. This will not be the only alcohol we're drinking tonight. Who knows what might come later? You never know. Never know. Alright. Let's add all of our veggies in here, shall we? Hopefully this pan is big enough to fit everything I'm putting in here. Historically it has been, but now that I look at this, like, that's already kind of full, and we're not really done adding shit to it, but it'll be fine, right? Probably. Okay. I don't know if... The recipe doesn't say to do it, but then again, this is kind of my own YOLO recipe, so I can do whatever the fuck I want. I'm gonna go ahead and add the salt and pepper now. Is it ever a bad idea to salt and pepper your dishes, like, at every step? That's kind of what you're supposed to do as a chef, right? Like, always just salt and pepper shit at every step of the way. Hell, if anything, I probably should have done it when I put the meat in, so fuck it. Fancy-ass kosher salt. Oh, yes. Yes. Okay. And a little pepper. For those that might be new to my cooking streams, I'm a salt enjoyer, so if you're thinking like, streamer, that's way too much salt. No, it's not. It's never too much salt. Salt is delicious, dude. Alright, some pepper in there. Nice. Alright. Yes. Make sure the salt has not expired. I don't think that's a thing. Alright, let's mix this bad boy up. Oh god, that already smells so fucking good, man. But I can also already tell that, like, is this pan gonna be large enough? I mean, we still have to add, ultimately, the roasted tomatoes as well as the... as well as the beans. That'll be, like, the two other major, like, things that will add volume to this. I mean, I guess worst case scenario, I can transfer this to a different pot, but hopefully it doesn't come to that. Oh, my. Whew, this already smells nice, though. I could really just eat this as is right now if I had to. Alright, I feel like I need to crank the heat a bit. Right now, we want to... It says on the recipe that, like, at some point, it should be getting to the point where it's like, the fond on the bottom of the pot is near burning. Ain't nothing about to burn right now, so let's crank her up a bit, baby. When in doubt, increase the heat and assume that's going to cook it better, right? And the more heat there is, the more energy there is, and the more flavor that gets infused. I think that's how that works. Yeah. Nice. Oh, babe. Okay, I'm gonna take a tiny little preview right now. Honestly, that already looks and tastes and smells delicious. That was a good start, baby. That was a good start. That lamb, such a unique flavor lamb is. It looks like beef, but man, the taste is like... tastes like lamb. Tasty. Does salt even expire? Does it? I don't know. I don't know. Wouldn't the ocean be rotten if salt expired? So probably not. If anything, they use salt as a preservative to make sure other things don't rot, right? So I'm kind of imagine salt is kind of like a forever sort of thing. I don't know. It's like asking, like, does a rock expire? Good luck with that pan. Well, I mean, the good news is, this is, I think, what'll save us. The liquid in, like, all the onions and the carrots and the meat is going to evaporate. It's going to boil off, right? And when it does, it should all reduce in size. Because everyone knows that, like, when you cook an onion, it starts as, like, a whole ass onion, and eventually it cooks down to this very, 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 like, tiny quantity of veggie. So I think that is what's going to save us. Worst case scenario, like I said, we can always transfer this to a larger pot. But traditionally, I've used this pan for previous chilies where I used a pound of meat, and it's worked well enough. So should be okay. Should be okay. Right? Right. I had one dish where I was like, okay, this is too much salt. I did. I remember exactly what that one was. Does anyone else in chat remember what dish Cameron's referring to? Because yes, only one dish in the history of this cooking streams, or of these cooking streams, has been one where I qualified it as officially too salty. Where I fucked up, I was like, okay, I think I went a little far on the salt memes. Question is, does anyone remember what it is? I do. But I wonder if there's any DALI... Sorry, I haven't drank that much yet. DALI cooking lore experts in chat. There we go. Hate when your 50 million year old salt expires just when you're about to use it. I know, annoying, right? Third cooking stream? Was that my third one? I can actually fact check that because I've got all the cooking recipes I've used in the past saved. You're on the right track, though. Holy shit, you are actually correct. That is actually insane, Rogue BBR. You actually fucking sniped that. You are correct. Now the question, does chat know what the third ever cooking stream on this channel was? I pounded my meat? Bro. You remember the DALI community. We're all gooners in this community. You pound your meat on an hourly basis. Let's not fucking kid ourselves. Anyways. The dish, though, slipping your mind. Yeah, it was the chicken bacon ranch casserole. It was the one back when we... Because, like, keep in mind, these cooking streams started originally as an ode to our Hot Pocket memes. Like, so what I initially started cooking was, like, dishes that were based on Hot Pocket flavors. So the first one I ever did was the meatballs and mozzarella Hot Pocket. So I made meatballs, like, stuffed with mozzarella. The second one I did, I believe, was... It was a Philly cheesesteak, that's right, the Philly cheesesteak stream, holy shit. And then the third one was the chicken bacon ranch Hot Pocket, so I made a chicken bacon ranch casserole. And yeah, that was the first time, and probably only time I've truly ever over-salted my dish. Because, like, of course I'd like to lean into my memes of, like, using extra salt, and that was, like, the one time where I went way overboard. I was like, whoa, that's really fucking salty. It was good, but too salty. Not something I would ever serve other people, that's for sure. Alright, that is definitely cooking nice. Alright. I'm wondering if maybe I should add a few more Thai chili peppers to this. I know I'm going to add cayenne later, though, so... I should hold back for now. But I can always dice up a few more of those Thai chilies, because I got plenty of them left, that's for sure. That is looking and smelling quite good. This lighting is fucking beautiful that we have right now. It's making this dish look extra... I don't know. Flavorful, if you will. Can a dish look flavorful? Is that a thing? Because as far as I'm concerned... Come on, look at this. Telling me this isn't some A+ scenery right here? Wait. Oh, baby. Look at that. In fact, you know what? Maybe that's a good camera angle. We'll just keep for a hot minute here. Fuck it, man. Wait. That's actually quite nice. Now Joel's out of the frame right now, but that's actually a cool shot. We'll keep it at that for now. Aesthetic, if you will. If we can hear that sizzle as well. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Now, so basically, we're supposed to keep cooking this until the bottom of the pot starts to dry out. So if you can see the bottom of the pot here, it's still got a decent amount of liquid in there. So this is all the fat from a little bit of the oil that we use at the start, but mostly the fat that just has been rendered from the lamb. So we gotta make sure, like, all this liquid, for the most part, disappears. And then once it does, then we move on to the next step, which will be to deglaze this with beer. Oh, shit. And also, once we're at that step, we'll add the garlic as well, since the garlic cooks very quickly. That we know from years of cooking stream experience. Of course, of course. And while we wait, that looks kind of empty. That's a problem. Yes. For those that came in late to the stream, we're currently enjoying some Scottish ale made from our local craft brewery. The name of this Scottish ale is the Many Trolls and Goblins, and yes, it is delicious. And we got a whole ass growler of it that we need to finish off tonight, so there you go. Also, the growler itself, shoutouts to Dr. Hoppenstein. RIP and peace, copacetic. I still got your growler, man. This growler's fucking clutch because it's, like, insulated. This growler's my favorite growler that I have. Love you, dude. Okay. Oh. Oy, 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 oy. Cheers, chat. Good shit, man. Good shit. Gotta get that Rumsey rum buff. Yeah, dude, getting 15 stam right now. How many goblins in that bottle? At least 4 goblins. Could probably add a bit to the food. Bro. Exclamation point recipe in the chat. We're getting there, we're getting there. Think I'm not gonna add alcohol to my dish? Bro. Whose cooking stream do you think you just tuned into? You're killing me, man. You're killing me. Yeah, now that shit's definitely hot. It is hot. Oh shit. Man, something about cooking outdoors just hits different. I could be making this exact same dish indoors in my own kitchen right now, and it would come out just as well, if not better. But something about making food outside, just, I don't know, for some reason, it just makes it more fun and taste better. I don't know why. Maybe it's just more primal. Maybe it connects you with your roots better, but something about cooking food outdoors is so much fun. You'll notice that the cooking streams have, over time, shifted to more and more being outdoor ones. Like, yeah, I still do sometimes in my kitchen, but the vast majority of my cooking streams used to just be in my kitchen, and nowadays I'd say it's probably like at least 50-50. So outdoors is just, I don't know, it's such a fun novelty. Especially when the weather doesn't suck. And right now, it doesn't suck. It's quite pleasant right now. Alright, I think while this continues to do the thing, I'm going to take a piss, because all that beer is going straight through me. This is stable, right? What are the odds this falls over? Thankfully it's not windy, so I'm not too worried about it. One more drink for the road. Alright. I'll leave the microphone here. Alright. I will be right back, chat. Tell me if it starts burning, okay? Okay. I just don't look reading you chat while I was in the bathroom, don't worry. What's the story behind Joel? Number one, that's actually not Joel peeking out, that's Joel. Joel's actually down here. In fact, if anything, we'll give Joel more of a spotlight by putting him up here for now. There you go. Alright, don't fall over, Joel. Careful, bud. The story of Joel is actually one that goes way back to, like, the TVC days. The only streamer that I watch on Twitch is a streamer called Pay Money Wubby. And he, I remember back during the TVC days, he added 7TV, like the... Whew, oh man, that's smelling good. He added the 7TV, like, extension that you should have, by the way, if you want to see all the emotes and chat. And when he did that, one of the emotes he added was Joel. Which, if you type Joel in chat, it's just the spinning fish, right? And I just found it to be the most fucking hilarious thing in existence. Like, yeah, it might just be a spinning fish, but something about the emotes just, to me at least, absolutely fucking hilarious. So, I was indoctrinated into the Church of Joel from that point forward, and ever since then, it's been one of my favorite emotes in Twitch chat. And shoutouts to Lidocaine, one of our dedicated viewers, who got us an IRL version of Joel. So since then, he's been our not only chat meme, but also IRL meme of a spinning fish just kind of chilling. He just does his thing. He's just Joel, man. And since then, we've added Joel, his partner as well. And I don't know, man. They're just fish. They chill. They spin. What else is there to say? They're living their best life. All right. So we saw earlier, right? Like all that liquid that was at the bottom of the pan that was like still chilling there. It's still there, but it's definitely reduced to the point where give this probably another maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and then it'll be time to move on to the next part of the dish. Eventually, this will get even more liquidy when we add tomatoes to this, as well as some beef stock. So we don't have to worry about the liquid running out too early. We're gonna add more to it later on, anyways. But right now, this is already smelling amazing, dude. I guarantee you, I could just spoon this into my mouth as is and already be satisfied. That was a good start, baby. Very good start. Tastes like wham, salt, pepper, carrots, onions, and peppers. Imagine that. Yeah. Yes. Of course, since we added Joel to chat, ever since then, the evolution of Joel has continued with all the random-ass emotes that we have of Joel. I feel like we have a Joel at this point for almost every situation, almost every occasion. By the way, you guys were worried about the size of this pan. You can already tell all the veggies and all of the good stuff is kind of reduced down to the point where it's like half the size it used to be, so not worried at all about ultimately the ability to fit in all the shit into this pan. Should be fine. Look at that steam, dude. Beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful. Still waiting for Joel to come on Skype. That's like a European meme that I don't understand. I always see that on EU servers, like, Joel, come Skype. Brother, I'm a red-blooded American. I don't know what the fuck Joel is or what the fuck a Skype is, but that ain't some shitty-ass meme on Baron's chat on NA servers. No, sir. We're too busy calling each other racial slurs. Alright, this doesn't serve any purpose. That's just kind of cool. What? Isn't Skype getting shut down? Yeah, I saw that on Reddit. Apparently, Skype is finally dead. It's funny. It used to be like in the late 2000s, early 2010s. That was the application to use for video calling. It's kind of the only application it felt like there for a while. I don't know how Microsoft fumbled the ball on that one and ended up basically getting to the point where Skype is straight up just being shut down. But you would think that Skype would have become like the meta when like COVID happened, but for some reason Skype wasn't the preferred thing of choice, and now like it used to be like Skype Me was a thing, and now it's just not a thing, right? Feels like just every other app caught up and surpassed it. We used to use that all the time for our poker chat back in the day when I played the Dogecoin poker. It was a leaked broadcast where someone said in chat, Joel, get on Skype. Sure. Okay. They went to use Teams. Yeah, well, yeah, I know like business stuff uses Teams nowadays, or Zoom for that matter. And then obviously for any sort of gaming-related stuff, it's all Discord nowadays. Okay, yeah, ooh, shit. All right, we're to the point I think where it's time to deglaze. Let's go, baby. Getting some beautiful fond at the bottom of this pot. I don't know how well you can see this, but got some perfectly brown bits on the bottom of this pot now, and that is exactly the point we want to get to for step 2. Shoutouts to Camping with Steve. Time to deglaze this bad boy. So, we are going to... It's fucking hot. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, so... Reduce the heat to medium now. Okay. Still on? Shit, I just turned that out, did I? No, we're good. Okay. And then, wait. Hold on. Wait a minute. Thyme is brown on the bottom, stir in the carrot. Okay, did that keep current stirring until much of the water is evaporated? Yeah, when you notice the pan starts dry, reduce the heat to medium. Things start sticking to the bottom of the pan again, stir in tomato paste and flour, cook for... Okay, so it's tomato paste and flour first. Okay, okay. Hold on, not the beer yet. I thought we were at that step already, but not quite. All right, so tomato paste. Great value, obviously. Can opener in here somewhere. Okay. Comfy camping with Steve. Hunker down, folks. You've been camping with Steve. Steve is like what inspired me to even try doing like the scuffed ass camping streams in the first place. Shoutouts to Steve on that one. All right. Don't need a lot of tomato paste in here. It says recipe is 1/8 a cup of tomato paste. I'm not gonna measure that. I'm kind of just gonna YOLO it. 1/8 a cup is like. Something like that. Yeah. And then flour. I already pre-measured out some flour, ready to go for this recipe. I can, hold on, it's in here somewhere. There we go. This is flour, I promise. Okay. Magical mystery white powdery substance in a plastic bag. This is flour. Chad. It's flour. Oh, also I should add the garlic now too. I have to go down to Kentucky for that to be more suspicious. Alright, and then let's crush the garlic in there too. So let's get out the ball crushers. Courtesy of Lido. Thank you, thank you. Time to crush some balls. All the boys in chat, look away, please. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's what your balls would look like if you put them in a garlic crusher. Would it just kind of come out as like grated sloppy mush? Oh yeah! Come, power. My people are addicted to it. A dependence made manifest when the cum well was destroyed. No one can come now. Okay. I haven't been able to come since I started playing WoW many, many years ago. If you know, you know. Not like you need to if you're playing WoW anyways. Okay. In you go, come on. Alright, and let's mix that shit up. So the point of the flour is to kind of thicken things up a bit and make things nice and, I don't know, thick. Then we'll deglaze this once this has reduced down a bit. The moldy... No, we did not use the moldy garlic. Shut up. I mean, well, yes, it's from the same clove or the same little bundle or whatever you want to call it of garlic, but we ultimately tossed out the moldy garlic and used the not moldy garlic, alright? My OG name on Twitch is not moldy garlic, okay? It's moldy salsa. Moldy garlic is not allowed. I'm actually shocked that garlic goes bad, because it feels like garlic should be too... Oh, okay, I'm sorry, this change of topic, but you have no idea how fucking delicious this smells right now. Holy shit, this smells amazing. Oh my, I could eat this right now. I could honestly just call this dish done as is and be Gucci. Oh baby, this smells good. The addition of that tomato paste and the garlic, oh buddy, that smells amazing. Holy shit. Now you can definitely tell it's drying out, which is what it's supposed to do. Which we need to get it dried so that way we can add the next little batch of liquid to this. Which is going to be the beer. Someone was earlier saying, like, you should really consider adding some of that beer to this. Oh, brother, you fucking know I'm adding beer to this. Obviously. Alright, look at this little taste test. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. That's on its way, boys. I will say, though, not very spicy. We are ultimately going to add some cayenne to this. So, in theory, that should make it spicier, but right now there's like a tiny hint of spice, but that's about it. Oh, well, okay, well, it lingers a little bit, actually, at the end. It lingers a little bit, but we'll see what it tastes like after we add the cayenne. If we had to add more, have to have more Thai chili peppers added, we can. That might be the play, if needed. That chili? It's going to be. Will there be beans in it? Of course there's going to be beans in it. I'm a beans and chili enjoyer. I know that if you're making like a shepherd's pie... Ooh, okay, maybe that was a little spicier than I thought. Actually, the spice is doing fine, JK. But yeah, if you're making a shepherd's pie, I know that adding beans is kind of sacrilege, but yeah, we're gonna add beans to it, because like if you're making chili, like I gotta add beans to chili, IMO. Tomato paste is such a notch up from ketchup. Yeah, it really is, for sure. Rip butthole, you know. My ghetto-ass old phone is running out of battery. Let me get a charging cord. Be right back. We're close to adding some beer to that, boys. There you are. Hello. Alright, Mr. iPhone. This is an iPhone SE from ye olden days. It's, battery life nowadays, not amazing. Not amazing. Okay, add more chilies or no balls. Once we add the seasoning, aka the cayenne, we'll taste it then. If it still needs more spice, then I will, but... Cayenne is also something that historically has plenty of spice to it, so... Let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet. Okay, so there's some awesome browning going on at the bottom of this pot. Hopefully you can see that right there. Oh, baby, look at that. I think it's time to deglaze, boys. Let's do it. So, our little ghetto-ass recipe calls for how much beer? I think it's what was it, like a cup and a half or something? Like a decent amount, I think. 1.5 cups of beer. Okay. That I can do. Here we are. Here's the beer. Fancy chefs in the chat would call this deglazing the pots. That's exactly what we're going to do. I'm something of a glazer myself. One. This is a half cup measure, by the way. Two. A three. Okay, there we go. And we gotta scrape up all the good shit off the bottom of the pot now. That's what binging with Babish told me. Oh shit, okay, a little spillage, whoops. So that should add some nice, delicious flavor to this bad boy. Let me scrape the bottom here to get off all that like little brown stuff that formed on the bottom of the pan. Because that's the good shit down there. So now we kind of got the liquid base that we're gonna want for this. Now, one thing I will say is... the recipe, now that I think about it, and I'm only thinking about this on the fly, the recipe that we're using was based on a shepherd's pie filling recipe. And so because of that, it didn't originally use any, like, tomatoes in it, like diced tomatoes, and that's something we are going to use in this recipe to kind of turn it into more of a chili consistency. However, normally when you add diced tomatoes, you add the liquid that's in the can as well, but the problem is that because we already just added a bunch of beer as a liquid, I think if we add too much of the liquid in the tomato, like the roasted tomato can, I think it's going to be too liquidy. So I think the play is to probably strain the tomatoes and just add in the tomatoes on their own without the liquid. Ooh, that smells nice with the beer, dude. Oh, yes. We're going to let that simmer, and then once it starts to simmer, I think maybe at that point we'll, maybe we'll add the tomatoes? I don't know, I'm sure adding the tomatoes right now might be fine, but I'm kind of just YOLOing this as I go. What the fuck is that bottle? What bottle? You're talking about the growler? It's a growler of beer, bro. You don't have a giant, like, little thermos of beer sitting in your fridge 24/7? Why not? That's the play. It's beautiful out here, man. I was worried about being too cold, and right now I am not cold at all. I am comfy. The ones you see at the store look like tomato paste tubes. Yeah, I've never been able to find that at Walmart. It's always just been like the mini cans of tomato paste. The tubes would be much better, because once you open a can, you can't reseal it, so you're kind of fucked. Like, the rest kind of just always goes to waste. Doesn't really matter. These little things of tomato paste cost like 50 cents, but still, not ideal. Too much liquid doesn't matter, just boil it a bit longer, let it dissipate. Yeah, I'm aware of that, but whatever. We'll just kind of eyeball it and see what happens. I mean, the longer it simmers, the better it'll taste in theory, but I also don't want to do a 5-hour cooking stream where it's just like, the chili's gonna simmer for the next 2 hours, by the way. I think the flour and tomato paste will thicken things up. Yeah, it will, eventually. no case on this phone. This is my old phone that like, this is not my real phone that I use nowadays. It's just the phone that I literally use for reading chat while I'm using my main phone as the camera. Add a bit more flour to thicken up, or add potatoes. Yeah, we'll see. I'm not worried about being thick enough. I know, keep in mind, number one, we still have more things to do outside of just cook the chili. So if you're just thinking like the rest of the stream is gonna be us sitting here watching it simmer, you're wrong. And number two, yeah, I know it'll evaporate off eventually. Get a close-up shot of the food. There's nothing particularly impressive to look at right now, to be honest. Oh, I should add, let's see, what are we supposed to do, by the way, after we deglaze with beer? Because we kind of just did that. Okay, so deglaze with beer, then we're supposed to, okay, yeah, cool. So now we start in the Worcestershire sauce. Herbs, spices, tomatoes, kidney beans, and enough water to cover. Okay, we definitely need to add additional water, I know that for sure. And then we'll reduce the heat to simmer and cook until reduced and quite thick, at least half an hour. Okay, cool. So we're at that point, and then we can actually start working on part 2 of what we're doing. Cool. Let's make a next-gen Smorky tonight. No Smorky tonight, but I guarantee you we will try a Smorky again in the relatively near future. Alright, so let's go with the Worcestershire sauce. So, remember we were talking earlier about, like, when does stuff expire? Like, you know, the garlic was moldy, and, like, does garlic expire? Is that a thing? I guess it does. And then we were asking ourselves, like, well, when do Thai chili peppers expire? Like, I bought those 2 years ago, but they've been frozen this entire time. Yeah, so I looked at this Worcestershire bottle, and I realized, like, I guess I bought this a while ago. In fact, this is the Worcestershire bottle that I bought back when I lived in California before I started streaming. So when I look at the Best Buy date on this Worcestershire sauce, it says Best Buy 12/28/2019. Does this shit go bad? I smelled it earlier, because I've used this in recent dishes as well. Like, it hasn't been a problem. It smells like Worcestershire sauce. Like, this thing is, like, flooded in salt, right? Ain't no way this shit actually goes bad. I can tell you this, I've already used this Worcestershire sauce in previous dishes and cooking streams over the past 2 or 3 years, and it's been fine. So, if it's been fine since its supposed expiration date in 2019, surely it's still fine, right? Probably. So, anyways, this recipe calls for a shitload of Worcestershire sauce. It calls for a 1/4 cup, so we're going to go ahead and add a 1/4 cup now. Does that seem like a lot? Yeah, it does, but I read people who commented on the recipe says, like, yeah, that sounds like a lot, but we promise it's worth it, so. We're going to add a 1/4 cup. So I'm just going to fill this 1/2 cup thing up by about half, like so, and then kind of just dump that in like so. Totally not expired Worcestershire sauce. Yeah. It doesn't. Yeah, contained salt equals never expires confirmed. I think that's how that works. That sounds like science. That's a lot. I agree that the recipe, like, there was people that were questioning putting that much into the chili as well, or at least in the filling as well. They were said, like, that seems like a lot of Worcestershire sauce, but people also said, like, we did this much, it was worth it, it made it taste amazing, so. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so there's that, and then herbs and spices, it says. So what herbs are we adding? We're adding, focus my mouse, there you are. Dried thyme and dried sage. Yeah, so I don't have that shit on me, and I didn't feel like buying like dried thyme and dried sage, but I got the Great Value Italian seasoning, a couple of which of the herbs in there are dried thyme and dried sage, in addition to marjoram, oregano, thyme, rosemary, savory, basil, sage. We're gonna kind of add all that shit. I don't know if it's traditional to be adding rosemary to English or to shepherd's pie, but how much am I supposed to add to this shit? Like a quarter of about like a total of like a teaspoon of stuff. Whatever, man. Gonna have a bit of an Italian influence to it. Whatever, dude. Like so. And then 1/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne. So here's where we get some of the spice out of here. Now, this one I probably should actually... fuck. I was gonna say, like, I should probably measure this, but we're just gonna YOLO it. Whatever, dude. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay, yeah, we'll see. Okay. And then... I think the last thing we add is gonna be a Bouillon cube. a beef bouillon cube, right? Some point. Yeah, fuck it. We're just gonna add that now. Just dump the entire bottle of cayenne. Cayenne is potent, man. Like, you think like you just added like a tiny little bit and that's like nothing, but in reality, that shit is just the little bit I added right there. I guarantee you is enough to already make it like plenty spicy. I doubt we'll need more than that. I mean, we'll add more. We'll taste it later and see if we need more, but I doubt we will. Don't think we're gonna need a skillet from crafting this dish. Honestly, man, I'm pretty confident this will be fine. I don't know. All the ingredients we're using are tasty. It's hard to imagine this will end up being bad just from purely because all the ingredients added together. It's like it's hard to make something that doesn't taste good. Okay. Let's see. I think that's all the spices we needed, right? All right. Yeah. And then honestly, I'm gonna add a little bit more salt, a little bit more pepper, just because like, never a bad idea, right? A little ha, a little ha, a little ha. What's up, Joel? What's up, bud? And a little bit of pepper. Ah. Stir that bad boy up. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then I don't know. Is this too? I feel like this is pretty liquidy as is. So I'm not gonna try to add too much more of the tomato liquid. I don't think. I think trying to add too much of that would be. I mean, eventually we could boil it off, right? But I don't want to like have it take like absolutely forever. Can tell you it smells good though. I'm not worried about that part. Oh, my. It's gonna be a very hearty dish, no doubt about that, but not in a bad way. Okay, so what's the best way to extract the tomatoes from the can? I think what we'll do is got the tomatoes right here, right? It's up amnesia. Let's go DALI. Fuck yeah, hell yeah, brother. Love the YOLO method of added season without tasting first. Trust the process, right? Fine. You know what? We'll taste it. I'm not worried about it. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be absolutely delicious. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Let's add tomatoes to it. But otherwise, it's tasting pretty good. All right. Tastes like, I mean, shepherd's pie filling. Surprise, surprise, right? The spice level might need to add a tiny bit more cayenne, I guess, but it's pretty close, TBH. So here's what I'm going to do with the tomatoes. I'm going to drain the tomatoes into this bowl, or drain the liquid at least. And if it gets to, like, if we need to add more liquid later, we always can just by adding this to the pot. But for now, we're going to drain that into the bowl and then pour the tomatoes in there. Just because, at least at the moment, it's already pretty liquidy. Okay, so let's get that shit in there. Fire our roasted tomatoes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, and then kidney beans. Yeah, we're kind of just YOLO in this. We don't really know exactly how much kidney bean or how many of these kidney beans we want to add, because like we're kind of just adding this as part of the YOLO part of our recipe. Number one, I don't think I really want to add the kidney bean liquid to the pan. I don't think that's really something you really want to, generally speaking, add to your pot just in general. But I think I'm gonna start with like half the can of kidney beans and see where that goes, and if that needs, if it feels like it needs more later, we can always just add the other half. There we go. That's looking kind of like a real chili already, TBH. Alright. Dump it in. Can never grow beans, just all of it. Only thing that in liquid might be too much salt. I mean, generally speaking, you don't really add the liquid of a beans can just in general, so you know what? We kind of just need to dump this out a bit. And we have nature's sink right now, so Yeah. No one tell my downstairs neighbor. Don't worry, it's just on the grass in front of his patio, so it's fine. He's never gonna know when we're just... Oh, yeah, okay, a bean definitely just fell out of the can. So he's gonna see a bean down there, but it's okay. You'll never know. Are we good? I think we're good. I promise you, man, I'm not peeing blood off the balcony right now. You'll never know. Okay, good. Yeah. So we'll go with half a can for now. There we go. Yeah. That'll do. That'll do. If we feel like we want to add the other half later, then we can. But I think for now, that'll probably get the job done. And from here, I think we just let this bad boy simmer. I don't think we're adding anything else. Let me double check this recipe just in case, but I think we've added everything that we're adding. I think we are officially Gucci on that front. And for now, and then now, from now on, it's just gonna be just like let it simmer for a long ass time, and we're gonna do other stuff in the meantime while it simmers. Oh baby, that's looking good though, just from a pure aesthetic standpoint. Oh my. That looks nice, dude. Okay. Give it a little taste. Mmm. Oh yeah, that tomatoes balanced it out perfectly. Before the tomatoes, it was like a little too... I think it was a little bitter because of the beer that we added, but when you add the tomatoes, that balances out perfectly, man. Mmm. Oh, fuck, man. Let that simmer for like an hour. That's gonna be fucking fire, dude. Oh, baby. I mean, it's already good right now. That is fire, man. Do we need... Should I just add the rest of the beans? I kind of want to add the rest of the beans, to be honest. I'm looking at this and it's just like... There's just not a lot of beans in there, TBH. We're gonna add the beans. Fuck it, man. Yep. Executive decision. Where the fuck did I put those? There they are. Yeah. Alright. Alright, fine. Executive decision. There they go. Okay. At the end of the day, has anybody complained about extra beans in their chili? No, they have not. They have not. There we go, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, one thing I will say, though, is the spice level is... Like I said earlier, like we were going from like a scale of 1 to 10. If 1 was like not spicy at all, and 10 was ridiculously spicy, like fiery butthole sort of spicy, we were going for like a 4, maybe a 5. Right now, I think it's like a 2.5 or a 3. It's like spicy, like, but only like a tiny hint of it, so... Question is, what do we add? We have 3 options to make this spicier. We can add jalapeno. We could add more cayenne. My sister is calling. Sorry, can't answer now. Okay, hold, literally give me 1 sec. What's up? Okay, so I'm actually on stream right now, so are you still free in like 2 hours or so? Okay, cool. I'll just call you back then when I'm done. Okay, we'll do. Goodbye. Alright, sorry, chat. Yeah, I was supposed to call my sister tonight, and we were gonna have a little just catch-up sesh tonight, but still streaming, so yeah. Yes. Let's say hello to sister. She already hung up, but yeah, there you go. Alright, cool. So this is just good to simmer now for a long-ass time. We got plenty of liquid in there, and that's gonna take a while. If anything, we probably need to turn the heat up maybe a little bit. Alright, cool. So, we're going to put this off to the side a bit. We're going to let it do its thing for a bit. So let me very carefully move this off to the side. Oi. 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 And hopefully in a way that doesn't burn down the apartment complex. Okay, so, oi. Put you like right here, and right here. Careful, SpongeBob. Okay. That looks moderately safe. Kinda. Okay, cool. Now, what are we gonna do in the meantime? Well, as we all know when it comes to shepherd's pie, generally speaking what you do is you add a mashed potato topping to a shepherd's pie, right? Like when you put it into the baking dish, you add the topping. We're not going to do that because we want chili, right? So like if it's a chili, we want to be able to spoon it directly into our mouth. So it's going to be a little bit different. So what I was thinking was, instead of making mashed potatoes, why don't we make something that would like kind of more approximate a topping that you would normally sprinkle on top of chili, right? So normally what you would do, at least what I would do with chili, is you would take some like the saltine crackers, right? Like break them all up and scatter them all over the top of the chili. So instead, if we have potatoes, hash browns, question mark? Like just make like really crispy hash browns and kind of sprinkle that shit on top of the chili and kind of use as like the chili topping. So that way you kind of stay within the spirit of a shepherd's pie, as if, you know, you're still spreading like potato on top, and instead of like the mushy substance, it's more of like the crispy kind of topping that you would put onto shepherd's pie, right? Is that kosher? Cornbread? Yeah, that was actually another one that someone suggested, was put a cornbread topping, like almost like a cornbread, not like a paste, but a cornbread crumble on top. I considered that too, but I feel like I wanted to remain more faithful to the shepherd's pie recipe. And shepherd's pie has potato in it, right? It's mashed potatoes on top. Originally, I briefly considered just putting the potato into the actual dish itself. But number one, I was a little worried that would make it too thick, and number two, I was worried that it would kind of like mess with the flavor in a way that I wasn't sure how it was going to react. So, could also make some potato au gratin and crisp it up. I could, but we're gonna do hash browns. So yeah, let's do that. Could also plate it on top of mashed potatoes. I'll have braised short ribs. I could have, but we're not doing that, so sorry. A little late now. I mean, it's not late. We haven't even started with the potato thing yet, but no, we're gonna try to make some hash browns. Now, when it comes to hash browns, cooking stream lore enjoyers might know that the Let DALI cookie moat originated from us trying to make hash browns. We were trying to deep fry hash browns in this very pot right here. And yeah, safe to say we didn't really dry out the potatoes as much as we should have, so all of the liquid that was still attached to the potatoes flash boiled when I dumped it into oil, and it caused the pot to overflow and fire to result. So this time, we're not gonna deep fry the hash browns. We are gonna make hash browns from scratch. I could have just taken the lazy route and bought frozen hash browns out of the grocery store, but that'd have been boring. So instead, we are going to try to make hash browns from scratch and then air fry them to make them crispy. Air fryer is kind of a miraculous thing that has worked in the past for me as far as making stuff that seems like it was deep fried, so we're gonna see if we can make some hash browns in the deep fryer. I've looked up some recipes and it looks like it's as simple as like, I don't know, just like shred up potatoes and then just put it in your air fryer and just do the thing, so I don't know. How hard could it be, right? So first things first, let me give you guys a bit more of a wide angle now of the table so we can work on our hash browns. Ooh. By the way, this lighting right now is fucking peak, dude. Holy shit. This is aesthetic as fuck. Alright, put you guys up here, take you down. Okay. Yeah. Move you down like that, maybe? There we go, that'll do. Cool. So, let's work on the potatoes, shall we? Now, we're not gonna need much, because really we only need to make enough potato hash browns to just top this one little thing of chili. Unfortunately, when it comes to buying Yukon potatoes, you can't really buy them in quantities of 1 or 2. You buy them in entire fucking bag quantities worth, but that's fine. I'll use these potatoes for, I don't know, something eventually, I'm sure. Alright, so back on to that we go. Stay. I think really for a topping, especially since I don't want to overcrowd the air fryer, I think really just 2 potatoes is probably enough. I mean, these are kind of small. Maybe 3, I guess. Yeah, we'll go with 3. That'll work. Air fryer's a new speedrun tech. Honestly, when it comes to frying stuff, air fryer gets the job done like 90% as well as deep frying stuff. And it's like 100% less dangerous, so... Especially when you're doing outdoors like this, where the fire hazard is particularly kind of notable. I must say, the option to use the air fryer is kind of clutch. So yeah, we're just gonna do that. Okay. Also, this the camera's very tilted again. Hold on. That bothers me. I don't know if it bothers you. That bothers me. There we go. Okay. Whee! This smells good as fuck, man. Holy shit. Let me stir it a bit, but otherwise, I am extremely confident that this is going to be ultimately extremely tasty. I'm really looking forward to eating this eventually, because right now it just smells amazing. Don't even need to taste it to know how amazing this is going to be right now. And the longer we let it simmer, the better it's going to be, right? Can you hear the sizzle or this like little simmer right now? Yes. Yes. Okay. Stay. Alright, so we're gonna have to peel these potatoes and then we're gonna have to grate them. So I got my little garfer here. The DALI cooking stream lore experts would know the source behind the term garfing. That being said, I need to find where my cooking utensils are. Where the fuck did I put them? Shit, they're in here somewhere. Oh, found them. There you are. The garfer. Yeah. So let's peel these bad boys first things first. 5-pound potatoes were $3.99, 10 pounds was $1.99, you know you have 20 pounds. Okay, sure, why not? I don't remember how much I paid for this bag of potatoes, but it was not expensive. That's all I can tell you. The recipe specifically called for using Yukon Gold potatoes, none of those silly russet potatoes. Why? I don't know, but I'll say their color maybe is like more pleasant. They're more yellowy and more, I don't know. It looks like they're infused with butter already, even if in reality they taste pretty much the same. Or do they? I actually have no idea what the taste difference is. They taste like potatoes as far as I'm concerned. Which is not a bad thing. Okay. Well, that's one. It's starch content, that's different? Sure, why not? I love starch. It's great when I need to eat things that are starchy. I feel like when everybody talks about cooking potatoes, like, something starch content, as if they know what they're talking about. I don't know what the fuck starch is. I know starch is things, it's something in potatoes. Does anybody ever describe starch as in anything besides potatoes? What is another starchy food? Because like I feel like when someone says, oh, potatoes are very starchy, as if like, oh yes, compared to this other food that contains starch where it has less starch. Like, fucking bougie food people, dude. Just, it's a fucking potato, okay? It tastes like a potato. You don't have to call it starchy, just call it potato-y. Get out of here. Pasta, rice? Are they? What? Not like there is some chemical definition of what starch is. I don't know what it is, man. It's a potato, man. Okay, just whatever. Anything with gluten? Is that what it is? I heard gluten is the creation of Satan, so clearly starch must be a bad thing, which doesn't make sense because potatoes are delicious, so maybe Satan was onto something, I don't know. Anyways, it always seems like potatoes are described as like the starchiest of starch things, so I'm going to assume that I'm filling my belly up with extra of Satan's cum by eating tomatoes, or by eating potatoes tonight. Any starch in tomatoes? Probably not. Okay, there we go. So those are appropriately peeled. Cool. Not dumping these down my drain like I did in college and clogging up the entire drain and forcing a plumber to come out. Learned that lesson a long time ago. Into the garbage bag you go. The turbo nerds need a starch index even. Sure, yeah. To me, potatoes are delicious. We'll just call it at that. I don't really need to know what the starch content of my meal is. If it has more potatoes, it's probably going to taste better. That's really all there is to it. Alright, cool. So now we need to shred these potatoes, right? We need to shred them into hash brown, I guess, form, if you want to call it that. We need to dry these out as well, because as we know from our Let DALI cook emote, if you just try to fry potatoes like freshly grated, they're going to be way too wet, right? So I think we're just going to have to take some paper towels and just kind of do the thing. But hopefully 3 potatoes won't take that long to dry out, right? Oh, cheers, by the way. Ooh. Absolutely aesthetic lighting right now. Okay. let's do it. The good news is I'm not particularly worried about the potatoes catching on fire in the air fryer. Thankful for that. That boiling hot pan of chili at eye level is stressing you out. It's fine, totally stable, not gonna fall over or anything, right? It's fine, yeah. Alright, this is not really a lot of potato, but that's fine. We don't need a whole lot of topping, because like, my air fryer is very small, so I don't want to overcrowd the tiny-ass little tray that I have in my air fryer. Really just need enough for topping one serving of chili, which, to be honest, it just occurred to me that, like, this is probably already enough as it is, but fuck it, I want to make more than this. I'll definitely need to dry this, though, because this is very, very moist right now, as is. Oh, shit. Hey. At least I've got safety goggles on. True, dude. It's really bright. Like, the sun's, like, right in my eyes over there. It's not ideal, but for the sake of comfy lighting, we're gonna... Whoa! It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It's not dirty. 5-second rule. Yeah, for the sake of beautiful lighting, I'm willing to endure. Another quick way to dry them out is to place them in a kitchen towel for, form it into a ball and twist so it squeezes out the liquid. Yeah, I think we actually tried that before. Can I just do that with paper towels instead? I'm gonna keep it real. Don't have a kitchen towel on hand, and I'm way too lazy to walk inside to get one, so paper towels will probably work too, right? Yes, you can. Alright, works for me. That I do have plenty of. We've got plenty of paper towels just sitting next to me right now. I can do that. It depends on whether you have good paper towels. Does the cheap shit from Walmart qualify as good paper towels? It'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Oh, that smells nice. I think I probably gotta stir it a little bit, though. They're gonna tear? Nah, dude, it'll be fine. Alright. Okay. Oh. Whoa, okay. Getting paranoid that that's the pan that's falling down, but just our ghetto phone. It's fine, it's fine. Right. Let me give the chili a nice little stir here. 100% Iowa? I wouldn't blame you for mistaking this as Iowa or any other generic Midwestern state, but it is not Iowa, it is Indiana, another Midwestern state that starts with an I. I'm sure they look eerily familiar, though. I've never been to Iowa, but I gotta imagine they're pretty similar. Generic Midwestern state that grows a shitload of corn, yeah. Not too far off. Yeah. Definitely some shit that's sticking to the bottom of this pan. This is not a non-stick pan, so this is always a pain in the ass to clean after you make very, I don't know, thick dishes like this, but that's okay. Nothing that a little wire copper thing can't solve. I'll give you a little close-up of what the chili's looking like. Definitely liquidy right now, so it needs a lot more time to simmer, but you get the general idea right now. Oh, baby. Yes, yes, yes. It's on its way, baby. It smells amazing. You'd slurp it up? Dude, I'd chug this right now, honestly. Okay, so, yeah. Try out the potatoes, right? With our high-quality paper towels that are definitely not from Walmart. Yep, okay. Surely this will go fine. Surely. So, let's just kind of, I don't know, put that in here. Surely. Sure. Okay. I've got this vision of me just absolutely dropping all of the potatoes straight out the bottom of the paper towels that rip straight down like off the balcony. But hey, we got more potatoes if we have to, so it'll be fine. Okay. Well, let's give it a shot, I guess. All right. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah. All right.
Bullet.
Okay, now we're definitely just pissing off the balcony. Yeah. Shoutouts to my neighbor downstairs. Okay, I can definitely feel the paper towel ripping a little bit. Careful, SpongeBob. Alright, well, it did rip a little. There was definitely some rippage that was starting to happen there with the paper towel, but we kept it mostly contained. Let's swap out paper towels and go again, I guess. What do we got? What do we got? Okay, well, they're drier than they were before. They're still damp, so we got a ways to go, but I'd say that's a good step one, at least. Sure. And an interesting audio stream to have in the background? Bro, you know if you're watching a DALI stream, you're signing up for some very sexual noises in the background. Whether it's me mixing a protein shake or me just doing good DPS on a boss or doing a cooking stream, you know it's going to get weirdly sexual in here. It's kind of my thing. Alright. Told me it would tear? Pfft, it's fine, dude. It only tore a little bit. How'd you mean downstairs neighbor getting bean juice, potato juice, and potato scraps? It's fine. If you look down there, there's like grass, like where it's landing on grass. It's not landing on his patio. It's just like grass in front of his patio. It's fine. It's fine. It's natural. It's organic. It'll I don't know, biodegradable, something.
Bullet. Woo!
There. Go again. Level 60 full prebus on your pally heading to try your first jump run sesh. Wish you luck. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, your paladin's come a long way, man. It's funny, you originally were like, well, I don't really want to do any dungeon grinding on my paladin. I'm too lazy for that. What's the best set I can just get off the auction house and maybe just solo stuff real quick? And then, like, fast forward to 1 week later, Reich's like, full fucking prebus. I got all my Baron robe and I got my animated chain necklace and I got my second win and I got all my forging quests done. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going fucking hard. I was the same way originally. I was like, well, the healer gear, I don't care about it that much. And then you get that one piece of healer prebus and you see your holy light go up by like 30 healing power and you're like, oh, that's kind of nice. Well, maybe just one more piece. And then, maybe just one more piece. And I mean, I could just do a few strat UDs and all of a sudden you're full fucking prebus and ready to go and start healing MC. And like, well, I mean, maybe I'll just bring the paladin some MCs and cast Flash of Light for 20 minutes. Like, that's fine, right? And then you bring it to GDKPs and make them bazillion gold, but yeah, rip that part of Classic Squared. Rip. Anyways, alright. Oh man, there's really nothing there's no juice to squeeze left out of this. I mean, I'm getting the paper towel damp, but honestly, I think we've kind of already expended all of our potato piss. Okay. These are probably good to go, I guess, in the air fryer. I mean, obviously they'll dry out a bit more in the air fryer, right? Oy. Yeah, definitely tearing more, but we're good. We saved the potatoes. It's fine. Okay. We're gonna call that sort of dry. Yeah, that's fine. Alright. Cool. Alright, now we get the air fryer out. Cool. Now, the air fryer is not a large one. This is my Bachelor air fryer. Shoutouts to my sister for getting this for me for Christmas a few years ago. It's a small one, so that's why we're not making a ton of potatoes, right? I can't hold too much in there, but in theory, it should hold enough to get the job done here. I did look up a recipe like for how to do this and how long it should be in the air fryer. I'm gonna keep it a hundo. I don't remember how long that was supposed to be, so we're just gonna kind of have to YOLO this, I guess. Unless chat feels like looking up an air fryer hash brown recipe to tell me how long I need to put it in here and what temperature. Otherwise, we'll just YOLO this. What could possibly go wrong? Alright. Outlet here. This is definitely not going to trip me up and cause me to die at some point, I'm sure. Yeah. Okay. Just do it 180 degrees C. Brother, do I look like I know what the fuck a Celsius is? What the fuck is that? Someone feel like giving me that in Fahrenheit freedom units, please? It's not a Walmart air fryer. Shut up. I don't know where my sister got it from, but she's too bougie for Walmart. She's better than that. She's certainly more sophisticated than I am. Where did I just put that tray? Am I blind? Seriously though, where's the air fryer tray? I literally just... Oh, it's on the chair. Okay, there it is. Hello. Alright, 350? That seems kind of not that hot. Am I crazy, or it should be a little hotter than that? Also, I'm gonna get some veggie spray real quick and spray the bottom of this air fryer tray. What should I add on top of the potatoes too while they're quote frying? Maybe just salt and pepper? Or anything else that'd be needed to kind of make them more... Ooh, maybe sprinkle some like garlic? Ooh, I got garlic powder, yeah. I guess like, yeah, I'd normally put like garlic mashed potatoes on the, on top of shepherd's pie, right? So like I feel like we just sprinkle some garlic powder on there, that's pretty legit. Sorry, just currently searching my spice rack. There we go. Oh yeah, oh yeah. A little impromptu seasoning sesh, why the fuck not? I'm a man, I can do whatever the fuck I want. Ooh. Oh, careful. Okay. Ooh. You can go higher as you need to dry the surface potatoes. Yeah, I'm thinking like 375. I like that plan for sure. So, okay. Cheers. Or anything else, we need to re-up on the beer, baby. Oh, how much left do we have in this growler? Not too much left. Might just be one glass worth. Let's see. Let's see. R.I.P. in peace, copacetic. Gone but not forgotten. There's like maybe a quarter of a glass left in this after I'm done with this. Okay. Ooh, looks like cider, bro. That's a Scottish ale right there. And yes, it is delicious. Cheers, chat. Okay, so let me grease up the bottom of this bad boy. Make sure that the hash browns don't stick. Okay. And we're going to... Are we drunk yet? I'd call myself buzzed, but I'm certainly not drunk. I'm just gonna, I don't know, sprinkle this into the bottom of the tray. We want to overcrowd it because we do want to make sure this gets like dried out and nice and crispy, because the idea is we want crispy hash browns on top of the chili when we sprinkle it over. That's the general idea here. Okay. And then I think what we'll do is sprinkle some garlic powder on top. Just for extra, I don't know, garlickiness. A little salt. A little more salt, because, you know, I'm a salt enjoyer, as you guys probably know. Felt like a lot? Nah, dude. I'm a professional chef who does professional streams. No way I could ever fuck this up. And then a little pepper. All right. And then we'll just spray that with a little bit more veggie spray on top, so that way, like, the oil helps it get like get a little crisp on top, right? Is that a thing? Probably a thing. Europeans can't comprehend this veggie spray I'm using right now. All right, so I mean, it's not going to be anything particularly special when I show you this, but okay, the lighting's admittedly kind of shit, but I can turn, hold on, this on, because I've had this light ready to go this whole time. Oh shit, there you go. All right, so there's the inside right there. Should get the job done. All right. Put that in here, and so you guys are saying like 375 maybe for like, I said 7 minutes. We'll start with 7. I get the feeling it might need to be more than that, but let's not overdo it. We can always make it longer if we have to. So 375, you're saying 7 minutes. Fuck it, we'll see what happens. Okay, cool. Let's stir up the chili while we're at it, too. Oh, baby. Oh, I'm going to show you this in a second. Oh, baby. Definitely still has more liquid to boil off, but we are on our way, baby. Oh, shit. Definitely just spilled some. I can definitely tell that some is sticking to the bottom of the pan, and historically this pan's been not wonderful when it comes to its non-stick properties. It doesn't have any non-stick properties, literally just a metal bottom, like it's an aluminum pan, so... Or I don't know if it's aluminum, but it's some sort of not non-stick thing, but... This will be a pain in the ass to clean later, but I'll worry about that tomorrow. For now, though... Oh, baby, that is smelling nice. I'll give you guys a little close-up of what we're looking like right now. Oh, careful, SpongeBob. Oh, okay. Ready for this? Oh, yes. I don't know if you can hear that sizzle, but that was smelling good. Let me give it a little taste test as well, since if we need to add stuff, I guess now is the time to do it. That's pretty fucking good as is, to be honest. Yeah, that's good as is. I was thinking like maybe a little more salt, but no, that's Gucci. Spice-wise, I'm gonna let it go as is. It's still not quite to the spice level that I'd prefer, but at the same time, as it continues to cook down, as it continues to get more thick, I think the spice level is going to get to the point exactly that we want it to be. Right now, there's a nice hint of spice. It's probably like a 3 right now. We want it to get up more to like a 4 or 5, but worst case scenario, near the end, we can always add maybe a little bit more cayenne to it. But I think right now, we are being chillin'. Alright, cool. Potatoes are going, cool. And I think that means we've kind of reached the sit around and just wait for the food to finish stage. Cool. That's cool. Look at the spoon there, kind of just chilling and like steaming. I don't know if you can see that, but that's sick as fuck. All right. Ah, this view for free. Yeah, this is comfy, man. Dude, it's beautiful out here. I could not have asked for a better stream environment. Like the sun is setting. All right. Nice little Midwestern scenery here with the satellite dishes. Beautiful, dude. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, so. Now we just wait. Fuck it, man. I think we've done most of the work. I was kind of worried that the stream would take too long, because historically my cooking streams always take way longer than I think they will, but I feel like we've been relatively efficient so far. I don't know. Alright. Oh, let me move you a little closer here, chat, so I can see you. Oi. Looks like a good place to grab rend in those bushes. Bro, imagine getting rend in a bush. Imagine being that guy. Not a thing. Where's the bourbon? I'm glad you asked. Let me chug a little bit more beer first. Nice Mexican lighting. Yeah, if you're watching Breaking Bad right now, for sure, we would in fact be in Mexico, right? I think that's how that works. That though, sick as fuck. So, anyways, chat. Hopefully you've been enjoying the cooking stream. It's been a long-ass time since we've done one, and admittedly, I was in a bit of a creative rut as far as coming up with the idea to ultimately return to the cooking streams, but I think if anything, this cooking stream has already kind of taught me that it doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be something overly complicated or unique. Yeah, it's just fun to throw a bunch of like food ingredients together and see what happens. Especially since like this is kind of, I'm not gonna say the first time ever, but this is definitely one of the few times I've ever tried to kind of YOLO a recipe and kind of just come up with something that I think will work, come up with something that feels like it might be good. And like, yes, it's based on recipes that I've that were based on like a real recipes, like recipes that I knew were already like more legit. Where's my laptop freaking out right now? But this is one that I kind of threw together based on 3 different sort of recipes that I all just threw together and combined into one recipe that felt like it was going to be something that'd be decent. So because of that, I mean, we haven't tried it yet, right? But I'm enjoying myself. Hopefully you guys are too. I'm trying to get my laptop to reconnect right now. What is going on here? Do I always cook? Generally speaking, yes. Like, I don't generally speaking cook anything fancy when it comes to my own personal eating IRL, just because I'm too lazy to do something like super extensive every night. But usually what I do most nights is I cook something very basic for myself, largely because number 1, I'm too lazy to go out to eat, and number 2, I'm too stingy to go out to eat. So outside of like maybe once every month or something where I maybe go to like Chipotle or Panda Express or something, generally speaking I'll cook for myself, just because I do, like I said, very basic, easy, quick stuff. Never never something that takes as long as this, normally, unless it's on stream or unless I'm feeling very bougie. I have a clip of me setting the balcony on fire. I've thankfully never set the balcony on fire, but if you want to see a clip of me setting something on fire, like the Let DALI Cook emote will show you that. Bourbon when? Alright, hold on. Ever make something from the WoW cookbook? Yes, in fact, last year, literally for the balcony stream I did last year, like last year's version of this stream, I did another version of chili. It was Dragon Breath chili. I literally made Dragon Breath chili from the WoW cookbook last year. I do still have the WoW cookbook, and I do still want to do more stuff from that in the future. But, yeah, that was my normal, that was my previous chili recipe that we used for the balcony stream. Alrighty, dude, I'm just watching the sunset right now on the horizon. It's kind of cool. I plan to sleep on my deck again this year. No, I think once was enough, frankly. I think I kind of already proved that, like, okay, I can do that if I need to do it from the memes, and like, while I was capable of doing it, that was a miserable night. That was not a particularly pleasant night of trying to sleep, and I don't really think I slept all that much anyways that night. So I'm gonna sleep in my warm bed indoors tonight and enjoy myself. Last year I froze my ass off on the balcony, largely because number 1, I started the stream a little bit later in the day, and number 2, it was January instead of March, so I'm an old man at this point, alright? Cut me some slack. I decided to do this one when it was a little bit warmer outside, and I started it a little bit earlier so that way I could not freeze the entire stream. Now that the sun's going down, it's going to get pretty cold here in a bit, but thankfully I guess don't have a ton of time left. You like the mozzarella pizza burger? You mean wait, the mozzarella pizza? Oh, the Italian burger. Yeah, that was a good one, dude. That was a good one. I enjoyed that one. What was the choice? Oh, sleeping on the balcony? Yeah, there was a few unhinged camping streams we did that year. That one was, I was feeling especially unhinged for those first few months of trying out the camping streams. We did the balcony camping stream right here. We did the, saying to flip this. We did the public park stream where we slept in a cardboard box, and we also did the parking garage stream where we slept in a U-Haul van, or at least attempted to sleep in a U-Haul van. Alright, so air fryer saying to flip the potatoes right now. Oh my, okay, they're definitely looking nice and crispy, holy shit. Not in a bad way. In a, like, okay, this is working sort of way. Cool. Let me flip these. It's interesting that the sides are getting more crispy than the center. Not sure why, but okay, that's fine. To me, that implies that maybe I should just concentrate the potatoes maybe in the center of the tray. Okay. Feels like ultimately I might need a little bit more time than the 7 minutes that we started with, but honestly, the concept of what we're trying to do right here is looking like it's going to work. Good news. Oh, careful. Alright. I think I can take these sunglasses off. Yeah, the sun is officially set. Cool. Alright. Parking garage was amazing. Yeah. I got pretty bold during some of those streams. I was pretty unhinged, and I admittedly since then have dialed it back a bit, but that one was fun. Unhinged, but fun. Made chili for that one as well. That's when we made the venison chili, which is what got me in trouble, really, because I went outside with a Nerf gun, doing the meme of, like, hunting the deer, and I'm pretty sure that's what got me in trouble, because they probably saw me with my Nerf gun that looked suspiciously like a real gun, and were thinking, like, some dude is running around on a parking garage in a van. with an AR-15. Ever figure out who called the cops? The theory is that the cops themselves, well, I don't know. If you look at that VOD, or, yeah, because the VOD I think still exists. If you look at the VOD, there's like, you can see on that VOD, like about 15 minutes before the cops show up, you see a cop car like way in the background on the street that all of a sudden it starts the car and like they drive. And like they're right within sight of me. So I gotta imagine they were watching me from there and then decided to move in from there. Now, who originally alerted them, I have absolutely no idea. I guess we'll never know, but... one of like the all-time DALI lore moments, I guess. In hindsight, it wasn't the best idea. Yeah, now that I think about it, I'm like, yeah, that wasn't super smart, but at the time it was fun. I enjoyed myself. All right, let me mix the chili again. Definitely getting thicker now. Oh my, ooh, it's definitely getting thick. Oh baby, yes sir. Might have to turn down the heat a little bit at this point, but it is looking, look at this shit. Oh yes, that is looking like a perfect consistency right there, baby. I am going to turn the heat down a little bit. I think at this point it doesn't need too much longer to simmer, TBH. I think we're just about ready to consume. It's going to actually line up pretty perfectly with the potatoes. Cool. Okay, so... you might have noticed that this is in fact a UK influence stream. So when I say that, we got the nice festive music going on in the background, right? We're trying to create something that is at least influenced by shepherd's pie. Oh, I'm just gonna turn the heat down. Let me do that. There we go. A little bit more. There we go. So we're making something that's influenced by a shepherd's pie, with a bit of, I guess, a twist, if you will. Padres camo shirt was a nice touch. Actually, sorry, it was a Purdue camo shirt. Get it right, please. Call me a Padres fan. Padres are fine. I don't mind the Padres, but I'm an Angels fan. How dare you? But anyways. Okay, I guess before we start story time. How the hash browns looking? Oy. Oy. I feel like this might need a little more time. The edges are good. Like the edges are close to burnt, in fact, but the center was not quite good. So I think what we need to do is maybe... I might give this like 5 more minutes, but... it's close, honestly. It's close. I might give maybe like 3 more minutes and turn the heat down a little bit. Maybe like make it 350 instead of 375. It's pretty close, though. It's looking pretty good. Pretty good. It's definitely getting crispy. I don't want it to burn, of course. That would be not ideal, but I just want it to be nice and almost like potato chip consistency, you know? It's getting there, though. It's getting there. I'm going to put it, yeah, say 3 more minutes and 350 instead of 375. There you go. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Oh my, yeah. It's already getting colder now that the sun has gone down. I can already feel like, whew, okay. Oh shit, one thing I'm gonna have to add to this eventually at some point is the peas, the frozen peas. We want to add that like the last minute, but you know what, that normally you would add it like before you put it into the oven for 30 minutes to cook in the oven, so I guess we're not cooking in the oven, right? Because we're making chili instead of a pie, so because of that, I think now's probably the time to add the peas, which were just sitting in the freezer this entire time, so let's do that real quick. The nice thing about this quote-quote campground is that my apartment's right next to it, which means I can just access my freezer whenever I want to. Imagine that. Hooey. So, I estimated we'd want to add about half this bag of peas right here, so let's go ahead and add about that, maybe? That seems good. That'll do, pig, that'll do. Hooey. So I'll also serve to cool this down a little bit. There's a dog down there. Oh. Okay, let's throw these bad boys in. I'm gonna be honest, it feels a little haram to put peas inside of what you'd call a chili, but we're supposed to be making something that's equivalent to shepherd's pie, so shepherd's pie contains peas, right? Sure. Really makes it more colorful, I'll say that. I don't know if you can tell, but got the nice little green specks in there now. Okay. Ooh, it is nice and thick now, baby. Look at this shit. Baby. I cannot wait to eat this. I'm ready to fuck this all the way up, baby. In fact, honestly, this might be the time to add maybe that extra tomato juice that I didn't add in before. Need a little more simmer time, and if we are going to simmer it more, yeah, we're going to add the extra tomato juice. I saved this just in case. I think it's time, baby. Yoink! There you go. Stir this in. And people were worried about, like, whether this pan could hold the whole chili thing. We're fine, dude. We're fine. Alright, alright. We're fine. Gotta turn the heat back up a little bit since those frozen peas plus the cold tomato juice definitely cooled things down there in a bit. More fire, more! Alright. And that is... oh, that's fine. Actually, well, okay, that was the air fryer saying time to flip the stuff. Fine. Alright, ooh, yeah, we're getting pretty close now. Getting pretty close. That's looking pretty good at this point. That's looking pretty good. In fact, you could argue maybe it is done already. Let me flip this a little bit. Yeah, the underside could still use a tiny bit more, but this is damn close to what we were trying to get to. Damn close. Literally just like one more minute and it's done. Oh, okay. Okay. Yes, sir. What's up, Reich? First solo jump run is a success. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I don't want to say, like, you know, you learn from the best, but I'm just saying that, like, is it a coincidence that you watched me forever, the guy that's done jump runs as his thing, and all of a sudden your first jump run was a success? Would your first jump run has been a success without me? Probably not. Love you, bud. Cheers. Okay, now. Does the trinket swap thing work on Pilla too? Yes, but I had to modify it. After stream, hit me up, ping me on Discord, and I will give you the Pilla version of the WeakOr that I modified, and that'll work too. I'll get you, bud. Alright, so. Let's move on to the final portion of our UK themed stream, and I'm sure smart chatters will know this was coming, right? It really wasn't hard to predict based on the theme of this stream. Alright. So, approximately 3 months ago, we had an absolute oil prince come into stream, named Meagern, who donated an absolute metric fuck ton of both subs and just straight up donations to stream. To the point where it became obvious that, like, since I've been talking forever about buying a fancy Scotch. And for the longest time I've been saying, like, well, there's a few fancy Scotches I'd love to try, but frankly, they're way out of my price range to the point where I can't really justify ever getting it. And then Meagern, oil prince that he is, came in super fucking hot with literally thousands of dollars worth of donos and subs. And I promised once he did those, I was like, okay, we'll finally bite the bullet and get the fancy Scotch. Now, since then, I've been kind of on the lookout for what fancy Scotch I wanted to get and what we wanted to use for stream. Because at the end of the day, like, if you're gonna buy a bottle of Scotch that's worth like multiple hundreds worth of dollars, you want to make sure that you choose one that's gonna be good, right? So, for a while there, we were looking at a Scotch, the Octomore range, which is made by my favorite favorite distiller of Scotch, Bruichladdich. And we were looking online, and realistically, that was my only option to get that was online. And the unfortunate thing was that, like, if you get it online on the site that I normally get Scotch from, it's number one, insanely expensive, and number two, difficult to get shipped to my place because I live in Indiana where shipping alcohol is kind of difficult. Stop being weird, Chad. Anyways, so I decided that, like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna look into, it was the one we ultimately decided on was Octomore 14.3. So originally I was thinking like, okay, we could get that, it looks feasible. It was gonna be $400 according to the price on the site that we were looking at. And ultimately when I decided to like, okay, let's get that one, the price when you added in the extra, like when I typed in my actual address to see like, okay, how much is it to ship to me? And when you add in all the extra fees and all the extra taxes, blah, 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 the price of that one bottle of Scotch, if I got the Octomore, was gonna end up totaling to be almost $600 for one bottle of Scotch. And I'm gonna keep it a hundo. Even with the insanely generous oil prince donos that we got, that seems like an absurd amount of money to pay to have a bottle of Scotch not only shipped to me, so you have to take on the risk of having the bottle shipped to you, paying $600 for it. And also, like, is there any guarantee that this bottle of Scotch is actually gonna be worth $600? Like, I know for sure it'd be good, don't get me wrong, but $600, even with oil prince donos, seems like a lot. So I did balk at that. So for a while there, I was thinking like, okay, what do I do? I want to get the fancy Scotch, and I want to get that Scotch, and I was still mulling over like, well, I could just get the $600 bottle of Scotch. And then, yeah, imagine it breaks during shipping. Exactly, right? That's the fucking nightmare, right? Because then like, well, sorry, it broke, you're fucked. Like, I don't mind paying for a $100 bottle of Scotch and shipping that, because if it breaks, it's not great, but like, it's not the end of the world. But like, potatoes, it already turned off, we're Gucci. So, completely randomly, this was like about a month ago, I think. Well, okay, let me fast forward, let me actually go further back than that. Approximately 6 months ago, the liquor store in the city that I live in, that I used to get all my fancy Scotches from, got a new owner. And I think I need to mix this, I'll continue the story while I mix this. It got a new owner, and unfortunately when it got a new owner, they shifted away from their philosophy of having like really fancy upscale liquors and started to shift more towards appealing towards normies. So they started just to phase out their fancy Scotches and their fancy liquor selections just in general, and started to lean much more towards like really boring beers and generic whiskeys, blah, blah, blah. Which made me really sad. And that made me think like, well, fuck, at this point I guess my only option to get fancy Scotch is order online. And then recently, like this is as of like 2 months ago, a new liquor store very close to where I live actually opened up. Extremely close to where I live, in fact, like to the point where I can walk there from where I live in about 10 minutes. And this was a new branch of a liquor store that already existed in town. And I'd been to their other branch in town, and they had extremely normie stuff, like super basic bitch beers, super basic bitch liquors. One of those liquor stores which, like, it's clearly trying to appeal to the lowest common denominator. So for the first couple of months of this liquor store opening, I didn't even bother going, because I was thinking, like, well, I mean, I assume it's like the other one, right? They're gonna have, like, some really normie, boring shit. And then, like, about a month ago, I just, like, one day, I can't remember why, but I decided, like, yeah, you know what, fuck it. I'll give it a visit, because I was looking to get, like, I think, like, some beers. I remember, it was for the Daytona, yeah, it was for the Daytona 500. I wanted to get some Natty Light. I was like, all right, let me go to that place. It's a good excuse. I'll get some Natty Light there, and finally, maybe I'll just see what they have. So I'll check them out. And so I walk into this place, I grab my Natty Lights, cool, and then I head on over to their Scotch section. And my mind is blown. Not only do they have a dedicated section for Scotch, which is not common here in Indiana. Normally, like, if you find, like, normally a liquor store will have, like, it's just like, I don't know, the whiskey section, and there might be some really generic, really basic Scotches, and that's it. This place had a dedicated section to only Scotch, and their selection was the best Scotch selection I have ever seen of any liquor store in Indiana. Now, admittedly, that's a very low bar to hit, because Indiana's Scotch selection, generally speaking, in a liquor store is very mid, at best. And they had some Scotches I had never seen before. I mean, at least, like, in stores, like, in person. Like, they had some stuff that I'd never seen outside of just being able to order it online. And the thing that caught my eye, actually, was a version of Lagavulin that I had only ever, like, read about and seen online, but I had never seen available to ship to me in any store, and I'd never seen in any sort of, like, in-person liquor store ever. So this place was a weirdly pleasant surprise of, like, oh, they actually have, like, really good Scotch, and this liquor store is insanely close to me. So, boys, I know it's been a long-ass time since we did a Scotch taste testing, and I know I've been teasing you about the, okay, I promise you we'll do the fancy Scotch taste test soon, TM. I finally found a Scotch worthy of the Oil Prince Donos that we got a couple of months ago, and I finally found a Scotch that I had actually wanted to try for a very long time now, and frankly, I'd never even considered as an option, because I'd never seen this available to ship to me, and I'd certainly never seen it available to buy in stores anywhere near me. So we have procured a bottle of Lagavulin 12. Now, normies might know that Lagavulin is a distillery that makes a bunch of different expressions of Scotch. Their most famous being Lagavulin 16. If you're a Parks and Recs enjoyer, then you would know about that. I've also tried Lagavulins in the past, like the Offerman editions, which have also been among my favorite Scotches of all time. But Lagavulin 12 is, you would say, a step above. So for those that don't know much about like kind of fancy liquor, basically most liquor is usually watered down or diluted after it comes out of the cask that it was distilled in, matured in. Most Scotch, or just whiskey in general, is usually diluted down to about like 40, 43, maybe 46% ABV. And so their Lagavulin standard expression, like Lagavulin 16, is usually a 43% ABV Scotch, which doesn't make it bad. It just reduces the, I guess, intensity of the flavor, if you will. And so for the longest time, I'd seen that Lagavulin makes a cask strength version of their standard expression, Lagavulin 12. And I'd always wanted to try it, but I'd never seen it available in stores nearby, and I'd never seen it available to any online seller that I could find. And so I kind of just wrote it off as like, well, I'll never be able to find this. And then lo and behold, this liquor store nearby me that opened up that I thought would be just super plebby. Lo and behold, I walk in, I look at their Scotch section, and they've got the Lagavulin 12. Only one bottle sitting there. Oh, and here it was. So boys, this is the Scotch we'll be trying tonight. This bottle right here cost me 220 American dollars. Not cheap, but much more reasonable, to be honest, than a $600 bottle of Scotch, TBH. And, okay, $220 before, like, taxes and fees and shit. In reality, it was like $240, but whatever. We're going to try it tonight as our Scotch, because this is one of the ones I've been wanting to try for a long time. I love every single Lagavulin I've ever had, and this is a cask strength version of Lagavulin, which basically means it's the Scotch that was like taken right out of the barrel that it was distilled in, or sorry, matured in. They poured it into the bottle and said, okay, here it is. Oh, baby. So, I'm looking forward to this. I know it took way too long to try the fancy Scotch in the first place. It's finally time, though. It's finally time. All right, so let me give you the ASMR experience. You know that's got to come along with it, right? So, here you go. Let me read this. It is Lagavulin Islay Single Malt Scotch Whiskey, aged 12 years. Limited release, bottled in 2018. It is its natural cask strength, which is 57.8 alcohol by volume. Very strong. I've had actually Scotches even stronger than this before, specifically Lefroy 10 cask strength. That was 62 point something. Anyways, 57.8. That's going to slap you in the face with flavor, and that's not a bad thing as far as I'm concerned, because I ain't no fucking normie. I can take my strong Scotch. It's fine, dude. All right. Let me read you the back here. Lagavulin Islay Single Malt Scotch Whiskey, aged 12 years. Let me turn down the chili here. Okay. This pale gold cask strength Lagavulin is bursting with intense distillery character. On the nose, there's powerful smoldering peat smokiness on a cleansing, oiled base, with the smell of sea in the background. Complex lighter notes lie within, among them citrus zest, fresh mint, and tropical fruits. Add water, I'm not going to do that, and iodine-rich cleanness combines with smoke, a tasteful sharpness and a vanilla creaminess to be altogether appetizing. The palate is smoothly oily with an exquisitely powerful taste. First sweet and firm, ladies. With strong saltiness, ladies. Then drying and tangy. A rush of simple notes, salt and vinegar on chips wrapped in paper, honey, mints, wax, oil lamps, fresh wood, unsweetened breakfast. No, just kidding. With water sweet, smoky and salty with citrus fruit. The long, spicy and smoky finish is intensely sweet, then deeply pungent and warming, with a lingering dryness. I'm describing one single Scotch right now, by the way. Even the fucking boxes get overly pretentious. It's actually insane how ridiculously pretentious they get with this shit, but I'm still looking forward to it personally. Even if they're getting like, all right, get off your high fucking horse, dude. It's just Scotch, okay? Jesus. Jesus. All right. Shall we try it? This is, in fact, the most expensive bottle of Scotch I've ever bought and tried before, so nice touch. Let's see how it tastes. Oh, yes. Now, every Lagavulin bottle has like the same sort of label and design to it. Looks like a Lagavulin bottle. Looking forward to that. Okay. Okay. I always save my boxes and keep them as like kind of collector's items, so I'll save that one for sure. Let me stir the chili a bit. Wait. Oh. Oh god, I can't wait to eat this, man. This looks so fucking good, dude. It smells so fucking good. Oh yeah. Can't wait for this, dude. That's gonna be so fucking good. Alright. Anyways, preview. Oh. Ooh, there's more on the front. Okay. Lagavulin, Isla Single Malt Scotch Whiskey. Natural cask strength. The strange horse of Swinaball. Soin-Abhal. I'm just gonna show you. Would anyone like to explain what this word is? Hui. Focus. Focus. You can see it, right? Ignore my nasty thumb. Swinaball. Swinaball. Whatever the fuck that is. The strange horse of Swinaball. Okay, sure. That. Anyways. Swingy balls, indeed. By William Black. And I literally am going to read this the way it is written down, okay? I have been in Isla more as 3 times or 2 times myself. And I have been, it literally says hef, H-E-F, I have been close to Lagavulin Distillery. And I know that it is the clear water, with 2 T's, water of the spring that will make the Lagavulin whiskey just as fine as new milk. Huh. Kazakh spawn and I sit here with a fish. My brother, I already got ED. Why the fuck would I show up to Kazakh? Kidding, but at the same time, I'm cooking, man. Fuck off. Go fuck yourself. Alright, anyways, 57.8% alcohol by volume, 750 milliliters. Okay, cool. Shall we try it? Enough cock teasing? Why show up anymore? I still show up when I can, but at the same time, am I gonna interrupt the cooking stream so I can show up to Kazakh? That's probably gonna be some grief lord 1 hour long shit show fiesta. No, I'm not. If that upsets you, then alright. Alright. You ready for the best part of opening any bottle of Scotch? Okay. Give it a little smell. Oh, baby. So this is a peated Scotch. So for those that don't know, it's a very salty, smoky Scotch. It's one of those ones that kind of has the smell of like a burning tire, which I know to some people is nasty as fuck, but you acquire a taste for that eventually if you drink enough smoky Scotch. But that's, ooh, you know, okay, I know this is gonna sound pretentious, all right, and I know, like, we were just making fun of the bottle, making so many pretentious statements about what it tastes like, but not only do I smell, like, the kind of burning tire fire smell of a peated Scotch, but there is 100% a note of, like, vanilla-ness in there, like, vanilla creaminess. Almost like cream soda, not, like, exactly like cream soda, but like a hint of, like, vanilla cream, if that makes sense. And that smell. Oh, that smells good. Yeah, the bottle ran me $220 before tax. Yeah, it's similar to like the cream pie that I would often take in my mouth, precisely. Ooh, okay, let's pour that bad boy out. Now, before I pour this out, one thing I will say Lagavulin is kind of known for and kind of given shit for is the fact that their regular expression, Lagavulin 16, is oftentimes artificially colored, which the Scotch community likes to poo-poo, like, oh, artificial coloring, oh, we want natural color. So if we pour this out and it's a super, like, dark shade of orange, that's probably artificially colored. If it's more of a light yellow or, like, piss yellow color, it's more likely to be natural colored. So let's see what this is. Oh, yes, dude, look at that. Fucking beautiful, dude. There's zero artificial coloring in that one. That is 100% pure piss straight from the tip of the penis right there. That is fucking beautiful, man. That is 100% natural coloring right there. You do love to see that. Oh, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Keep this one out. Give it a smell. Ooh, okay, so, alright. So, I've had Lagavulin 16 plenty of times in the past. Lagavulin 16 is a very meaty type of, it's got a very, like, it's almost got like a bacon note to it, like a smoked meats note to it. Like, I know it sounds pretentious, but it has got some smoked meat notes to it, and it's got some, how do I describe this? A thicker, oily texture to it. This one, I get less of the meaty note to it, and I get more of, like I said, like the vanilla creamy note to it. It's still got that super distinct... Hold on, I need to show you how beautiful the sky is right now. I'm sorry, this is very pretentious, but what I'm looking at, I wish you guys were looking at this entire time. Can I just give a shout out to just how fucking beautiful this is out here? Holy shit. What a sunset. My god, man. Absolutely, like, stunningly beautiful. This is amazing scenery. This has been a very fun stream. Anyways. This has much more of like a creamy vanilla note to it and less of like a smoked meat note to it, at least when I smell it, for what it's worth. So, I'll stop teasing you guys. Let me give it a shot. Okay, cheers. Holy fuck. Look, I know that like eventually when you buy expensive scotches, there's kind of diminishing returns. That's so fucking good. Holy shit. Let me try another one. Mmm. Mmm. Oh. Oh man. Can I just drink nothing but this scotch for the rest of my entire life? Holy fuck, man. That is absurdly good. Okay, so this is gonna sound really weird, but if you're a scotch enjoyer, I hope you understand what I'm about to say. The mouthfeel of this scotch is unlike any mouthfeel I've ever had before. It's almost buttery. When you drink this, it's almost as if like it's like a coating of butter coating your tongue. It doesn't taste like butter. It's just like that texture, that kind of like, that kind of just like, it's just like, if you've ever just drank like melted butter before, it's got that sort of mouth texture to it. And the taste is smoky and salty and a perfect balance of like sweetness and creaminess and like a vanilla note to it. That's fucking delicious. Oh. Oh, strong as fuck too. It's got like a really thick mouthfeel to it. Thicker than any Scotch I've ever tried before. And it's so fucking good. Holy shit. It's got like a nice... It's not like super hot, which means that like, you know, it's not like... It doesn't have like a super intense alcohol burn, even if it's 57.8%. And that's probably from the fact that it's been aged for 12 years. Usually a younger Scotch will have a more of like an alcohol burn to it, which I don't necessarily find to be a bad thing, but this one's like, as the alcohol normies would describe, as smooth. And yet it's still got like ridiculously intense, like smoky, salty, briny, sweet flavoring. Got that creamy note to it, and it's like just the butter texture of like on the mouthfeel is just, ugh. Oh. Sorry, I'm having something. I'm having a moment. Just give me a sec, chat. Oh my god, that's so good. Why does this have to be so expensive? God damn it, dude. I mean, I guess this explains why it's so expensive. It's really fucking good, but I wish I could just buy this as a daily Scotch, because god damn, that is tasty. Holy shit. That is actually just, oh my god. Chug the whole thing? No. I gotta save this for special occasions. Ain't no way I'm just gonna drink this as just like, I feel like Scotch tonight, I'm just gonna have a sip. This is some special shit right there. That is so fucking good. I've never had a bottle of a Scotch this expensive before, and to be honest, I kind of always assumed that, like, well, how much better can Scotch really get? Like, eventually, like, it's already really good. Like, does paying an extra $100 for a bottle really improve the quality that much? I know this is a small sample size, but at least for this one specifically, the answer is yes, this is really good. This is better than... Man, I'm gonna have to drink a few more glasses of this before I can proclaim this for sure, but right now, to be honest, and I'm not exaggerating, this is probably the best Scotch I've ever tasted in my life. This is absolutely absurdly good. Inspired to pour a little Macallan Rare. You a real one? I'll drink that, dude. Cheers, dude. That is so fucking good. I'm not even trying to exaggerate just because, like, oh, well, it's expensive, so of course it's good. I've tried plenty of Scotches. I've had more expensive expressions of Scotch that are just like, they're okay, but was it worth the money? This one, I can see why this costs so much. That is. Whew. This is just a peated Scotch lover's absolute dream right here. This is perfect. It's so well balanced. Everything in Scotch is just like, it's got that perfect balance of sweetness, saltiness, brininess, smokiness. Everything that I love about peated Scotches, like specifically like Islay Scotches, this is it right here. This is the one. This is him, as the kids would say. This is him. This is Himothy. Also, okay, this chili's just about done. I need to probably just turn the heat down almost to like almost nothing at this point. I think we're just about set. That is really fucking good. If anybody has the opportunity and the money and the availability of Lagavulin 12 and you love peated Scotch, please try this. This is really fucking good. I've never seen this before in stores until this liquor store that opened up until recently near me, and this is the only bottle they had, so I'm not sure if I'll ever be able to buy another bottle again, but... I wouldn't overhype this. I've had bottles of Scotch this expensive, well, not this expensive, but like I've had like $120, $130 bottles of Scotch before that were like, fine, but I'd rather just have a bottle of Ardbeg 10 at that point. This is it. This is it right here. Lagavulin 12 is definitely the best you've tried. Yeah, this is... I love Lagavulin 16, the standard expression, but this is a step above. This is... Whew. Lagavulin 16 feels like normie shit now. This feels like... This is the real Scotch lovers shit right there. Lagavulin 16, that's just for like Parks and Recs memers. And chili's gonna be empty of liquid soon. Yeah, I know. It's already kind of getting there. It's pretty much ready to go. We're just about ready to try it. I think I timed it well, TBH. Hmm. Drinking scotch for me is an intimate experience, man. I love to enjoy every sip, and I love to like let it kind of simmer on the tongue and linger, and like even long after I've swallowed it. And that leaves such a distinct scent and flavor on the tongue, even long after you actually swallowed it. Sexual jokes aside, unironically, I'm not gonna finish this glass on stream because I'd rather finish this off stream because I'm gonna have a borderline sexual experience with a scotch after stream is over. That is actually insanely good. I gotta have one more sip, man. That's so fucking good. This is worth ruining your life over. I'd become an alcoholic for this. Holy fuck. Okay, alright. Let's try some chili before I become an alcoholic. Alright. Holy shit, that tastes good. My god, man. Liquid fucking crack right here. Highly recommended. Lagavulin 12. Absolutely fucking delicious. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. Has to be burnt? Nah, we're Gucci. You think this looks burnt? Chat, we're looking bing fucking chillin' right here. Oh! Oh! Nah, we are looking absolutely fucking amazing right now. I'm gonna turn off the heat. I think we're officially done, for sure. Yeah, okay. Let me move this back front and center. Plug the air fryer as well so I don't kill myself. There we go. Let me give you a little frontline view of what we're fucking working with right here, boys. Burns? No, sir. No, sir. This is, for those that tuned in late, we tried to basically replicate the filling of shepherd's pie and turn it into chili. So we made what would basically be called standard ingredients of shepherd's pie filling, added some kidney beans, added some fire-roasted tomatoes, added some jalapenos, Thai chili peppers, a little bit of cayenne to make it spicier. Not spicy, but spicier. And give it more of that chili consistency instead of like pie filling consistency. And I don't know about you guys, but are you gonna tell me that doesn't look absolutely fucking sexual right there? Oh! 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 Alright, let's get a bowl of this. And the hash browns, in theory, should be done. They've just been chilling in the air fryer. Crispy hash browns, ready to just sprinkle on top with like a nice little crispy texture. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! I'm so fucking ready for this, dude. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, baby, looking fucking thick with like at least 5 C's. Oh my. Alright, let me get my bowl out. There we go. Let's get a proper camera angle of this here. Okay. Oh, shit. Oh my. Why is this so tilted? I'm very confused. Okay, that's better. Alright, perfect. So, let me pour some of this out. I got a ladle in here somewhere, right? Shit, there it is. Hoi. How cold is it? Yeah, literally it's on screen right now, right? I think I was smart enough to include that on the screen. Deglaze with $230 whiskey? No, I will not. That scotch is not to be mixed into any sort of cooking apparatus. That scotch is to be enjoyed on its own and in no other context. Alright. So let's scoop some of this bad boy out. Right into there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. You can call the health department on that cutting board. And the cutting board is well seasoned, okay? You can try to talk shit about my cutting board, but at the end of the day, it's just infused with flavor. That's all it is, okay? Shut up. All right. Now, to kind of stick with the theme of a shepherd's pie, okay? Normally, of course, you'd cover a shepherd's pie with mashed potatoes, but because this is supposed to be a chili, we've, let's say, modified our method of, I guess, including the potatoes in there. First things first, though, I'm gonna put some sour cream on there. It's chili. You gotta put sour cream on chili. That's mandatory, right? If you're not putting sour cream on your chili, you're fucking up. It's light sour cream, all right, sue me, but gotta keep my boyish figure, of course. Every mom has one of those cutting boards, and so does the Clueless Bachelor. What utensil isn't soiled? A fork, sure. All right, so let me top this with a little. Ooh, it's got some sour cream cum on top of there. Hold on, let me dump out the cum. Oh. All right, cum has been dumped. Live on stream. Just giving the people what they want. There we go, yes. Yes. Okay. Sour cream dung for the doggo. Dude, I'm just enriching the grass in front of my neighbor's patio down there with more nutrients. Okay. Nice thing about cooking outdoors and like in the winter, you don't have to worry about like stuff like refrigerated stuff going bad. You're already outside in a refrigerator. It's perfect. Okay. So, let me sprinkle this with some cheese, because once again, it's chili. You gotta put some cheese on there, right? Great value cheddar, obviously. I'm a fan of great values, of which this is. Yeah, I mean, I know you're gonna judge me like, oh, pre-shredded cheese. I know. The freshly shredded shit's better, but sue me, okay? So let me put that shit on top of there. Okay. Nice. Great values this. It's a great value. It's literally in the name, man. What could possibly go wrong? And then finally, the piece de la résistance. Oh. Try that again. The piece de la résistance. Oui. The homemade hash browns. Nice and... Oh, yeah. Listen how crispy this is, okay? You hear that? Oh. So this is our potato topping, right? I know traditionally shepherd's pie would have the mashed potatoes on top. Instead, we have our crispy potato bits that we're going to put on top instead. Okay? So that way we get a bit of crunch to kind of replace what would normally be like the saltine crackers on top of the chili. Okay? Yes, dude. Yeah, these actually came out sick. Like, let me just try like a little like separate thing. Just let me just here an audio example of like how crispy these are. Okay. Oh, buddy. Not only is the texture good, that is nice and garlicky because we added like the garlic powder to it. Oh, buddy. All right. That was horrendous ASMR. Fuck you. You're just hungry, all right? Don't blame me because you're hungry and jealous right now. All right. I am ready to try this. Chat, you ready for this? Shepherd's pie chili with sour cream, cheddar, and crispy hash brown topping. Oh! Oh. Honestly, I'm actually glad it's gotten cold now, because I'm starting to freeze my balls off, to be honest. I'm glad I am, because that is the fucking perfect food for freezing your ass off. That is so fucking good. Let me go again. I'm happy, chat. Oh my god. I mean, The filling, like the chili is just, it tastes like shepherd's pie. It just, if you ever had shepherd's pie, like you kind of just know what that tastes like, right? It's thick, it's rich, it's got that lamb flavor. It's like, I don't know how to describe lamb flavor other than like, I don't know, it's lamb flavor. It's got a perfect level of like of spiciness, like the chili simmered down and like the heat, so like the spiciness got more concentrated. So it's got like a perfect level of spice. It's not like overwhelming, but it's just there. Oh, the beans have a nice texture to it. And then the potato crisps on top just add like this nice little extra crunch to it. Oh, buddy. I'm gonna say it, chat. This recipe is a winner. This is one of my first recipes I've ever made where I kind of just YOLO'd it and made my own recipe. It was influenced, of course, by existing recipes already, but this is one that I kind of manufactured from 3 already existing recipes. I think I kind of fucking nailed it. I think this is really fucking good. You'll still think the peas were a bad idea? I'll say this, I'd probably be fine without peas. I'm gonna be honest, when I take a bite of this, I don't even notice the peas. If you didn't tell me, if I was blindfolded and I ate this, I probably wouldn't even know that peas were in this, TBH. But, here. Let me give you a close-up, alright? Bro. Oh. Oh. Dude, the crispy bits, like the potatoes, like the brown potatoes on top are like super crispy, super crunchy. The cheddar and the sour cream speaks for itself. And the chili below is thick, got a perfect level of spice to it. It's not like runny, because nobody likes runny chili, right? That's really sad. Oh. And like the peas, yeah, I'll be honest, the peas are kind of like you could have them in or not. I don't even think it makes much difference whether they're in there or not. It feels like it's like kind of a non-contributing factor to this chili. It's not bad. It's not like, oh my god, that makes it so much better. They're just kind of there. So like, all right, fair. But honestly, man, that's a killer bowl of chili right there. I would serve this to my friends, 100%. In fact, next time I get the chance to serve like something to my friends, I'm gonna make this. Oh, good. Oh, maybe you are. Coming up, the 5 gifted tier 1 subs. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Your sub will go directly to the Hot Pockets Doritos and Chili Fund. No longer clueless? I'm gonna keep it real, man. I'm a little proud of this one. I kind of YOLO'd this. This is good. This is really good. I'm actually kind of proud. I kind of YOLO'd this one from semi-scratch, and it turned out really good. Fuck. Okay. And really good scotch to go along with it, really good beer to go along with it. I'm a happy camper, man. I'm a happy camper. What a nice night. Oh my. And what's up? Dub 13 coming up with the gifted tier 1 sub. Not burned hash browns? No, they're not burned. I know maybe they look like it on stream or maybe on cam they do, but they're not burnt. They still have, I don't know, they're crispy. They're just browned and crispy. What else can you say? They taste like crispy hash browns and not like, you know, burned potatoes. Now, I'll be honest. I feel like this recipe was kind of a softball. I kind of just assumed this was going to be good. All the ingredients we used, it's really hard to make them not taste good when you throw them all together, because frankly, they're just like... It's just a recipe that everything inside of it is good. It can't be bad, right? But... the thing I kind of YOLO'd was the hash browns on top. That 100% enhances the experience. The crunchiness that you get when you put like the otherwise like the more, I don't know, the rich, thick chili, and like you get that crunch of the potatoes, and that's clutch, like the crunch. 100%. Next time I need to make a dish for my friends, this is what I'm making. It's easy. I mean, it's pretty easy too, right? You just kind of throw this shit together and just let it simmer in the pot for a good hour or so. Staying warm? Yeah, for now. Give it another hour, yeah, I'll probably freeze my ass off, but I kind of started the stream at the time I did for a reason. I kind of started the stream during the daytime, so that way the sun would set and I'd only have like maybe like an hour at most at night, so. Honestly, like now that it's gotten cold, this is the perfect food to eat when it's cold because this is absolutely delicious. Let me make it easier on myself to read chat here. Hold on. Oy. Oy. There we go. Is there an ED Kazakh drop clip? Brother, this is not a WoW stream. I don't know what you're doing. There's not. It was off stream. Sorry. How'd the food turn out? It is really good. What's the rating? I mean, I don't want to, like... It feels weird to say that, like, it's 10 out of 10, perfect, but, like, for what I was going for, like, this is supposed to be basically a chili that is based off a shepherd's pie. It's supposed to be a shepherd's pie filling turned into, like, chili, right? Like, you want that chili texture, the chili consistency, the chili spice, but the flavor is supposed to be closer to akin to, like, what you'd have inside of, like, a shepherd's pie filling. If I'm gonna say that that was the goal, like, that's what I was going for, like, shepherd's pie filling in chili form, 10 out of 10. Honestly, I think I fucking nailed it. As just a dish that exists on its own when you, like, ignore, like, what it's supposed to be. I'm gonna keep it real, man. Like, I'm having a difficult time finding a flaw. I'd love to say there's like, well, I could use a little more of this, or like, oh, I should have done this, but maybe it could be a little bit spicier, like a tiny bit. But generally speaking, I prefer my chilies to be on the spicier end. For like a normie, this is probably the perfect level of spice. In fact, when it came to serving other friends who I knew were like basic bitch white people, I would never go past this level of spice right here. I don't want to say this is like 10 out of 10, but it's like 9.8 out of 10. It's really fucking good, dude. I'll be honest, man. I'm gonna 100% add this into my future like cooking dish rotation. This is Oh, that's good. Legit gonna rewatch the stream, copy it tomorrow. Just do exclamation point recipe. It's in the chat right there. I pretty much just followed that recipe. Like, exactly. I guess the only thing that's not in the recipe is I did make the hash browns in the air fryer. I mean, I guess that's not like listed in the recipe there, but that was easy, right? You literally just shred potatoes, throw it into the air fryer, do, what was it, like in total 10 minutes in the air fryer at 350, right? Make sure to just mix a couple of times as it's air frying. Sour cream, cheddar cheese. You're chilling. You're chilling. Like, I specifically use like a Scottish ale for the beer, I guess for what it's worth. I'm sure other beers would get the job done just fine. Frankly, I think if you use like Yingling for the beer, I think that would be just as good. Or Guinness, that would work fine too. I don't want to claim that I invented I don't want to claim that I invented shepherd's pie chili, but I'm just keep it real. I couldn't find a single recipe that did what I was trying to do tonight, so I had to make my own. That's why I made my own. I couldn't find a single recipe online that made a chili that was influenced by the ingredients of shepherd's pie. So, there you go, chat. Exclamation point recipe. You're welcome, I guess. Oh. You have lots of Guinness? Yeah, dude, that worked perfectly for this recipe, TBH. Perfectly. One more bite, one more bite. Oh, that was so good, dude. Make sure to simmer that shit for a long time. 100% it benefited from simmering for a good, like, hour and a half there. What's up, Cow TV coming in hot with the Prime sub. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Your sub will go directly to the Hot Pockets, Doritos, and Chili Fund. Thanks for hanging out, man. Glad you're enjoying. Well, recently went to Ireland. The Guinness does actually hit different there. Dude, I'd love to try actual Guinness and actual Ireland one day. Just as much as I'd love to try actual Scotch and actual Scotland one day.
This was an amazing stream.
That'd be so fucking
genuinely
cool, dude.
enjoyed it.
100%. For that half a spoon measurement, what kind of spoon? Oh. Bro, those are little measurements. I don't know if you're like European and you hate freedom, but half a teaspoon is an actual unit of measurements. You can just use an online conversion. I don't know what a teaspoon to milliliters is, but whatever, that. What's up? Never is coming on top of the tier 1 sub now for 20 months. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Your sub will go directly to Pog Dono, was it? Thank you. Your sub will go directly to the Outbox Arenas. I can't see donos on my laptop here. Was there a dono? If there was, thank you. That will also go directly to the Chili Fund. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. I gotta... Oh, man. We gotta do more cooking streams. I love this shit. I kind of forgot how much fun this was. $60! Jesus Christ! Who the fuck did that? Hold on, I gotta get my computer then. Hold on. If it's that much, I gotta actually see who did that, so thank you. Jesus. Fuck, that is tasty. Oh, so warm in here. Oh my god. What's up, Wavo? Oh my, 50 bucks. This was an amazing stream, genuinely enjoyed it. Me too, man. This was a lot of fun. Thank you for the $50 dono. Holy fuck, that was a lot of money. I mean, your sub will go directly to the Hot Pockets Doritos and eating and cooking more future delicious stuff, man. That is extremely generous. Appreciate it, man. Seriously. Cooking streams every week. Look, I don't want to guarantee that we're going to do this shit every week because, number one, it's getting harder and harder to think of like fun ideas to do for cooking streams, and number two, with the rank 14 grind looming above us, that's still something we're gonna have to worry about in the relatively near future. But of course I want to get back to doing more cooking streams because I forgot just how much fun this shit is. I love doing this stuff, man. If I could do this every week, that would be a lot of fun. Okay, last bite and then we'll wrap it up. Man, those potatoes are so crispy. Oh. This is comfy. I'm down to just like... I'll just sleep here tonight. You know what? Fuck it. I'll just sleep in this chair. Alright. Alright. And then, before we end things, one last sip of Scotch, because that shit is liquid gold, man. Possibly the best stream ever. Dude, I'm not sure I've ever had a cooking stream that has been universally this tasty. The alcohol was delicious. The chili was delicious. The kind of experimental hash brown shit worked perfectly, man. We're outside. The weather was shockingly pleasant, even though it's still early March and therefore still cold as fuck. I'm not cold at all. I'm fine. I am chilling. Alcohol might be helping, admittedly, but well, even the lighting, the sunset, the weather was pristine. Everything about the stream was nice, man. All right, one more sip of the goated Scotch here. Once again, I'm gonna have to try a few more glasses of this before I can say this with confidence, but this is in the early running for my favorite Scotch of all time. Port Charlotte 10 is that Scotch right now. But this one, I don't know, man. It's pretty hard to deny that this one is the absolute fucking goat right here. Let me see. Hold on. It is frankly kind of offensive how good that is. It frankly is offensive to a poor person how great that is. It's genuinely insulting that like I can't just buy this whenever I want to. It's genuinely insulting that the rich people have this reserved to only them, because like if I could drink this shit every night, I could afford to drink this shit every night. Oh my god. That is disgustingly good. Oh my god, man. Jesus Christ. That is Lagavulin 12. This is our fancy Scotch that I promised you guys we'd have for the longest time. Lagavulin 12, which is a cask strength version of Lagavulin that I've been looking to try forever, but I kind of gave up hope of ever finding a place that would actually sell it, and yet random ass liquor store that opened up near me recently had a bottle of this. I will take it. How much is this shit? The bottle of this before tax and before fees was $220. Honestly, man, it's weird to say this, but worth the money. It was actually that good. Now, I can't be spending $220 on one bottle of Scotch super frequently, but like as a special treat sort of thing. Whew. Oh my, OG Skip coming up the 5 gifted tier 1 subs as well. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Your 5 gifted subs will go directly to the Hot Pockets of Doritos Chili and Scotch Fund. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. That more than Johnny Walker Blue Label? I have never had Johnny Walker Blue Label. I'm gonna keep it a hundo, boys. Call me a pretentious Scotch snob, but like, Johnny Walker Blue Label is fancy Scotch for people that don't drink Scotch. It's, frankly, normie shit that they advertise to normies to make them think that they're buying something that's actually good. Now, I will admit, I've never actually tried it, but from everything I've read about Johnny Walker Blue and from everything that I've ever tried, other Scotches that is, and from all the Johnny Walkers I have tried, it seems like fancy Scotch for normies who don't drink Scotch. I don't know. Sue me. Okay. Anyways, I'm just gonna finish up the last bite of this. Given a bottle of blue as a gift, it's indeed tasty, but no better than Green Label. Yeah, fair. 100% correct. No. I can't fully say that statement until I've actually tried it. I will admit, but that's everything I've ever read about it and everything I've ever heard how it's described. Yeah, no, that's what I've seen. Alright. Cooking stream was fun because it was that much more anticipated. Who knows, maybe spreading those cooking streams may add extra excitement. I don't want to do a cooking stream once every 4 months, though. I'd love to make it more frequent than that. Once every month or once every 2 weeks, I think, is the butter zone for sure. Alright. Oh. As you can see, it's getting kind of cold out here, so I'm going to call it a stream right here, boys, before because right now I'm chilling, but if I give it another, like, half an hour, I'm going to start freezing, and then it won't be fun anymore. And then it'll be miserable, so we'll call it a stream right here. For what it's worth, exclamation point recipe in the chat, that right there, 100% worth making. That was fucking delicious. I will make this again 100%, because that was worthy of the Chili Hall of Fame, in my opinion. I'm just saying. I've made some good chilies in the past. The pumpkin chili is really good. The Dragon Breath chili last year was really good, but in case it's not obvious, like, I basically tried to find an excuse to do a UK influence stream, to have a good excuse to try the fancy Scotch. Like, that's probably pretty obvious now, but in case you didn't guess that at the start of the stream, that was the reason for the theme. And it was worth, for sure. So, that's worth trying. Lagavulin 12, if you're an oil prince, definitely worth trying as well, for what it's worth. And we gotta need more cooking streams. I know that, like, with the classic squared being a thing lately, it's been hard to squeeze in as many of those streams as I'd prefer to, but outside of the rank 14 grind coming, we should be able to do more in the relatively near future, just because outside, like I said, of the rank 14 grind, there's nothing that's like gonna be like ultra time consuming for the rest of classic squared, right? So if you enjoyed tonight, look forward to more of these for sure. We got more of them coming in the spring, I can guarantee you that, and certainly in the summer. So cool. You guys can do exclamation point Discord in the chat if you feel like joining my Discord. It's a place where I post stream news, stream announcements. Anytime I go live, I'll make sure to ping you guys. It's a place where you can ask me something like, streamer, when are you trying the next fancy Scotch? And the answer is, I don't know, man. Like, at this point, it feels like all the Scotches I want to try are, like, super cost prohibitive, so I don't make a guarantee. They're like, oh yeah, we'll try the new ultra expensive new Scotch soon, but eventually down the line, if I can find, like, one of those Octomores for a little cheaper than $600 after shipping, then we'll do it then. But until then, Lagavulin 12 is the new gold standard. Like I said, I gotta try a few more glasses of that before I say that with absolute 100% confidence, but preliminarily, that's the new gold standard right there. That is absurdly good. Let's see. So, stream tomorrow. Okay, so stream tomorrow might be a little delayed. In fact, let me just go in and say that for sure. We're gonna start an hour later than normal tomorrow, for sure. So probably 12 p.m. Eastern time, which would be 18 CET. I got some IRL shit that I got to do before stream tomorrow, so it's probably going to delay stream a little bit. So just keep an eye out for that. Know that's going to be a little late tomorrow. I'll still stream full length. We'll do a classic era raid on the alt human warrior on era tomorrow. Tuesday, no raids on Tuesdays. We'll just do like a farming comfy yap sesh. Wednesday, I think will be the next FSP raid. I assume. We got that to look forward to. Otherwise, I guess I gotta awkwardly walk back to the computer now so I can actually turn off stream, so hold on, bear with me. That was a lot of fun, boys. It helps that the food was delicious and the scotch was good and the weather was nice, but I had fun. Hope you guys did too. Hope you guys did too. A homeless man has Twitch, the world's improving? Hell yeah, dude. Make sure to like and subscribe if you don't want to see me this stream under a bridge tomorrow. Anyways. The good Mike. Hi. Hello. I guess I already did the whole outro spiel. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Like I said, it'll be a little later than normal tomorrow. Not too much later, but just a little bit. So, I will catch you guys tomorrow for that.